Here comes Hoiberg off that board from Garcia. Off for Sanford. This would be a career high. Got it! Career high 33. Twice Sanford rings the bell. Bang! Bang and rang.
One strike pitch. Swing and a line drive into the gap right center field. Tailing in, dropping for a base hit. Moyer scores. Sanderson in. Over big, a big two-ribby double. And the Huskers take a 2-1 lead in the third.
Huskies in white uniforms, Huskers in the red. Comes in deep left side. Sadie Sellers going to drive, try and win the game. He flips it up, missed it. Rebound McGoy, back up, missed it. At the buzzer, Huskers win! Huskers win! The Husker bench going nuts! They go to half court, they're jumping around. The 6-game losing streak is over. Huskers get it done in Seattle. 66-65, Nebraska gets the win.
Voldy looking to push through. Back Voldy to the net. He scores! And it's Werenski. Now Jack Hughes hooks it around the car. United States with numbers. Blocked across it comes. Jack Hughes wins it. The golden goal for the United States. For the first time since the 1980 miracle, the United States takes the gold.
Good morning. Welcome in. Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. What's up, DB?
How we doing? How are things?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. The acoustics are a little different.
They are a little different. We're here at the new studio at the headquarters. We're working out some kinks this morning. We'll have lots of different features for you, but we're here.
The Kinks.
We moved.
Used to be a band.
Yeah, a 80s punk band, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Kinks, maybe 70s. I might be a
What
little
do you know
late.
about the 80s?
Well, I dabble every once in a while. I was born there.
Yeah,
My Sharona.
My Sharona.
Oh, is that the Kinks channel?
That is correct.
Broadening your horizons, Liquid?
Well, I mean, that feels like it's right in Shano's wheelhouse.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
really not, but
Well, it's good to hear your voice. I didn't hear from you all day Friday. Did you ever come out?
no.
No?
Man, I
surprised
sound good.
The city unburied relatively quick.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Like, I was functional.
Because you went out. I mean, you went out to state wrestling
Yeah.
that afternoon, and like it wasn't terrible.
It was, yeah. Interstate was A-okay.
I guess in the morning when my wife went to work, it was rough.
Yeah,
but she
well,
leaves at like 4 though.
I tell you, it wasn't a lot of movement to be had.
Yeah,
I mean, that's for doggone sure.
Yeah, no, it was. They did a pretty good job though. I thought they got out of it pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, the anti-Lincoln. Ooh.
Well,
I gotta ask, like, what I don't know. Maybe they're just ill prepared. I don't know.
You know how I feel about the streets in Lincoln to start. So I mean,
it was unbelievable between the pileups, the wrecks, like the inability to clear the snow. And I get it. It was probably a little more snow than what everybody thought, but it's crazy. No, those are real shelves, Cope. We're gonna fill those in as the next few days go by.
yeah,
Those are real shelves.
I brought some of my stuff in. We got one of our NEB Preps awards right there.
Yeah, a couple of.
We got our front office sports best employers in sports award on the right hand side there.
We have a ridiculous Pedro Martinez picture.
Oh, that's not nice.
That
That was
is-
a gift from a friend. That's a great Pedro picture.
I like the Hulk smash and the old basketball too.
That's the first basketball I ever had.
Well, that thing's got some years on it.
Yeah, it was. So my mom got that when she was in high school. So that's like from the 60s.
Yeah, that's a keeper.
Yeah.
That's a definite keeper.
Yeah, then we got our big game chain replica here as well. So, and then to pay homage to my heritage, I got a cricket bat up top. I don't know if they can see that.
Oh, good for you.
I don't think they can see that on the stream. But
Going back to your roots.
yeah, exactly.
Not to be confused with
your roots.
or roots in general.
Oh, okay.
Or Ben Roots. Or,
We got Bubba Starling up here, and I put a mix of Nebraska football kind of as like a what if situation.
yeah.
And then we got Bobby Witt Jr.
So the coolest thing that I've seen since I've been in here is not out here. There is a Creighton Blue Jays
Football helmet?
Football helmet.
Yeah, that's in, is it in Anna's office?
That Carolina blue is...
Or no, is that in the boys' office
Our powder blue is pretty sweet.
Oh, it's beautiful. Upstairs in, I think Gorman's got it now. There's a Supernovas helmet, too. Supernovas football helmet. That's pretty sweet.
I like it.
I don't know who we have that just like randomly makes football helmets that don't exist, but I kind of want one.
Is JCPenney still open? Wait, yeah, they are because they had a little fire. Was it JCPenney that had the fire?
They had to evacuate JCPenney because there was a fire nearby.
Oh, okay.
At Westroads.
A little smoke.
Yeah, a little smoky.
A little smoky.
One of my favorite Super Bowl treats, Little Smokies.
Yeah, it's for you. Again, you guys that don't like to really bring good stuff, just put some wieners in a crock pot and dabble some sauce on it and be like, oh, I'm good.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
You know I can't cook.
No, I know. I'm well aware. It was funny to listen to you tell the story of watching your wife grill. So that was very interesting.
She did send the ingredients, so we know what it was now.
And I may use that marinade. Now, there was a lot going on.
It was tasty, though. It was real good.
Yeah.
She said it was Southern style. Like, that was her goal, was like a Southern style with the grits. And it was tasty. It was good.
Was that McKinnon brewing, Steve, or was that Taves? I don't remember.
McKinnon missed the empty one when it's on the...
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, so there was a lot of that. And by the way, good on you for at least responding, because I thought I was going to be the only one in our chat watching hockey.
No, I was dialed. I was ready to go.
Good for you.
You know?
I was very happy. Was it a little wake and bake?
I like Olympic hockey quite a bit. So
I think it's sensational. Depending on what sport it is, I don't know if there's a better gold to win for your country than hockey.
Ooh, that's a good question. It's definitely
I think the Super Bowl is the pinnacle. I think the NBA, because for whatever the reason, they call you the world champs.
Yeah. Also, I mean...
But I think I would take an Olympic gold medal over Lord Stanley's Cup.
So, for basketball especially, at least in the U.S., the gold's an expectation, so you don't really get credit
That's
for
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think hockey's it's...
If you're like France and win an Olympic gold medal in basketball, like, that's a whole other deal. But if we're talking U.S. specific, I do think hockey is...
I think that's the creme de la creme, right?
Probably the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Certainly in team sports.
Were you envisioning when I running around the house yelling?
Oh, 100%. I've done that before.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
I just did the silent.
Yeah, so I couldn't. My voice text doesn't really work, so I didn't want to waste time texting. So I sent you guys
the voice memo,
the audio memo. I was like, seems like the ice is tilted.
I figured you just like messed up on the voice text. You're like, I'm not going back to fix it and just hit send.
I mean, I'm sure I did something, but my voice text isn't really working the way that I want it to.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. The ice for a good period and a half was tilted.
It was unbelievable. Like it felt like at some point the dam was just going to break and Hellebuck just was having none of it.
Yeah.
Like it felt like the amount of pressure because it was. I mean, at one point it was like 20-1 shots in the third period.
Yeah, I think and then it was like 23-9.
Yeah, because the U.S. got a couple.
I mean, they got kind of hot. They had the little 3 or 4 minute spurt, but I mean, 41 saves against a team with that kind of offensive firepower. No disrespect to McKinnon, Shane, or McCarr. Although McCarr's goal was one of the best. I don't know. Better goal, Shane, McCarr or Boldy's?
Well, Kale did mess up at the end there, so that kind of minuses that out.
Yeah, you know what that really started with? If you go back 2 sequences, hockey guys, talk to me.
Mm-hmm. We got a couple in the chat.
McAvoy mishandling the puck.
Yeah.
Kind of allowed for the first line change.
Yep.
And everybody it's not even really a line change. It's like a couple guys scrambling to the boards.
Yeah.
And then they're playing with the puck, trying to root it out, and McKinnon can't dig it out.
Yeah.
And you think it's going to be a 2-on minimum or maximum 1 for Canada, and it turns
into
then
a
you get the odd
3-on-1.
Then you get the odd man going right back the other way.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, I don't know. I follow this stuff, so I'm not going to really stretch you into hockey. But Guerin took it on the chin for putting that roster together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did he?
Oh yeah. And he's because and there was even some questions on like whether Jack Hughes was going to make the team.
Really?
And it's not, and I don't think this is hyperbole. I think this is, I mean, I've read 15 articles since then, but
yeah,
he plays, he's the first line, top line for the Devils. He was going to be third, fourth line for this team, and they needed some other thing. It was just weird.
Yeah.
And then turns out he's the dude. Shane, do you think Hellebuck has officially exorcised the demons? Well,
I've exercised.
This guy's got two Vezinas and a heart, and people question whether he's clutch.
So I will say that was part of it yesterday for me. Is like I felt really good for Hellebuck in. Like, obviously, he's got this like baggage from the NHL playoffs, right? Like, he's been pulled multiple times, despite winning the MVP as a goalie. Like, that's a weird...
Two Vezinas and a heart.
Like, that's a weird situation to
for
be
a guy
in.
where you question his sack.
This is less than a year ago he got pulled from the playoffs again for the Jets, right? And so you're sitting there and you go, okay, obviously you know the talent of this guy, but in that situation, it has to cross your mind at some point of... is this guy really going to crack again?
Yeah.
Right? And obviously he didn't. Had some phenomenal saves. The stick save that everybody has the overhead shot of that you're like, how did that not go in? Like, how did that puck not end up in the back of the net? Like, I felt really good for him just from the standpoint of...
I have exercised the demons.
Yeah, and it's one of the few sports, like, to your point with the gold medal, it's one of the few sports where doing something in the Olympics, actually I feel like will give... Like, they'll kind of blank slate you a little bit, be like, all right, they'll carry it over to your league.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Rico all the time tries to tell me, he's like, oh, Carmelo Anthony, Olympic Melo, whatever. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care about Olympic Melo at all.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It is different in other sports.
The rest of your
but again,
resume
you've got 60, you've got 80, and you've got 2026.
Yeah,
so it's
there's just three of them, right? Just got the three. So it is
what was the stat of the pregame talk? It's only 37 other people with an Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, you're talking about, like, you're in the same neighborhood of number of men who have walked on the moon. Like, you're...
I don't think he appreciated that mellow blast.
What's up, buddy? Rico came in and double birded me.
I don't... I'm a huge Carmelo Anthony fan.
I know you
and
are.
I like winning... I like supporting the country, too. So
I do, too. But
I think Olympic Melo, you just expect them to win.
That's part of it. And also, I don't think it carries as much weight. Like, it certainly doesn't carry as much weight in basketball.
No, I know. Right? No, I'm with you.
Like, what Curry did in 2024 doesn't matter if he doesn't already have the Curry resume. Right?
By the way, shout out your Warriors last night. What a fourth quarter.
Getting a little froggy with the Nuggets out there.
Big Pajimski guy?
He's had a rough go.
Yeah.
He's had a pretty
when those are going in, it looks straight, but when they're not, it's like you can't play like that.
When they're not, it's like you spent too much time around Jordan Poole, didn't you?
Yeah, good. Good win. It gets, what are they, 3 games over 500 now?
I think so, yeah. They keep flirting between, like, they keep going between, like, 1 game over 500, 4 games over. Like, they're just in that range the entire year.
Yeah, it's hard to quantify because of what was going on in the world with the Cold War in the 80s with the hockey. But with the NHLers coming back after 12 years, I think it's 12 years, 14. How can I forget? Because that's Crosby.
2010, yeah. After another virtuoso goalie performance by Ryan Miller that ended up going the other way.
And God, I don't know. This was huge.
Like, I'm of the opinion that the 80 thing is not replicable.
Remember a couple weeks ago when I was joking with Shane about, I was like, hey, we get our NHLers back in Olympic hockey. Like, for me, that was huge.
No, it's a big deal.
I said it was going to be a long 3 weeks.
And it was a very long 3 weeks.
It actually wasn't.
Did I do that?
It was a little Urkel-y this morning.
Did I do that? And the whole Gaudreau thing.
Yeah, like, so that got me, I'll be honest, that got me a little misty-eyed. I'm not going to lie to you. That was, especially, like, they get the jersey and they're skating around with the jersey, and then they bring the kids out for the picture, and I was like, oh, come on, guys.
Yeah, I know, man. And it's like...
the seasonal allergies were getting real up in there. It was rough.
Brock's got grandpa, pops, and son with gold medals.
That's unbelievable.
That's
Larkin, right?
I think it's Brock Nelson.
Nelson. I thought I said something about Larkin. It doesn't matter.
So I think,
but yeah, the three the three
that's gotta
generations.
That's one of one.
You would imagine. I mean, that's unreal. There's only 3 medals to get, and to have them all be in the family is ridiculous.
It's one of one. I don't know. And we were talking about that as a father-son deal. Just because Caleb snuck home on Saturday because he had a family tree project.
Oh yeah.
He didn't ask me. I was just.
You go to Grandma D?
Well, I think it was mainly Jay.
Oh, okay.
And then they called my mom.
Yeah.
And I don't know what I was doing, but occasionally they would call, or Caleb would say, "Hey,
what about this one?
Such and such and such and such and such and such," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah,
yeah.
Can I? Do you anybody need me? No. All right, deuces. I'll let you boy." But it took way longer than we thought. But we were just talking about, we were going through spring practice and what's going on with the team and stuff, and I go, and I'm thinking this in my head. Mm-hmm. I'm not putting any pressure on him, but like, there's an opportunity to do some pretty cool.
Yeah.
Has some pretty cool father-son Husker moments if, he handles his business. So I'm just like, and when I saw the Nelson deal and they started going through that thing, I'm like, man, just imagine being at the old barbecue or something.
Yeah.
Or before he got it, be like, Brock, you like our golds? Like, oh, Pops, man, you got to rub it in.
It's kind of like the cookout thing reminds me of like the Harbaughs, where it's like Jack's got the FCS championship, John had the Super Bowl, and it's like Jim might be the best coach out of all you, and he's the only one without a ring. Yeah. Like that got pretty awkward until Michigan won the national title.
Now he's back in the tree.
He's back in the club again.
Yeah. So it's and I expected the women to win.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's just me, but I told you they had been killing Canada and the prelims, the build-ups. They had won 6 in a row. They'd outscored them like 28-9.
Yeah,
and so that's kind of like pass the torch. But I mean, just the firepower that Canada had on the ice, even without Sid, it's like
every time I watch Connor McDavid, I just can't believe how much faster he is than everyone else.
So what's really funny, and I'm glad you got it with Olympic sheet ice, which is obviously different than the NHL. You get a chance to truly see how fast
it's unbelievable
this guy can skate. And I mean, I don't know if you're listening to the sideline reports, but like Boucher was talking about, he's like, guys, this is at an all-time elite level. I watched the NHL. He said, you will never see this kind of speed on the ice. Like, we just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like...
It's startling, like, to watch.
Dude, you watch Makar in the open ice, he's silly.
Yeah.
He is... I mean, I get it. McKinnon's... But as Shane knows, like, I prefer Makar just for what he does. Remember, I'd always ask him, hey, you going to get him back? Is he healthy? Yeah. I'd mess with him for like a year. Oh, he's skating around. I was just jerking his chain. But, I mean, just the line that finished on the ice for Canada to not win is unbelievable.
Can I say this is probably like hockey sacrilege, and that's fine.
I just want to shout out Bill Guerin, though. Again, I'm not going to stretch you.
For putting the roster together?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Guerin took some heat. I liked him as a player, too. So
I mean, here's the thing, and it is, so this is kind of where it lines up with 80, but it's obviously the gap between whatever the Soviets were doing and the college kids is obviously much greater than like NHL versus NHL. I get that. But like the U.S. is going to be outgunned if they just try and go player for player with Canada, right? Like that's just how it is.
100%.
And so like if you're going to do that, like you kind of have to, there's a reason this has only happened 3 times, right? Like you kind of have to go a little untraditional with your roster construction because it's like it's like the line from Moneyball. Like if you play the same game.
How many third lines do you think Jack Hughes has ever played on?
Probably not a lot.
Yeah, maybe none.
You play the same game as Canada, you're going to lose to Canada. Yeah. You got to play a different game in order to beat beat the team that's probably better than you.
And you know who found that out was Finland.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway.
But it's I will say this is probably sacrilege for hockey fans.
I agree, Ross.
What is it? What did Ross?
Any other guy in net, it's 5-1.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean.
There were several where it's like that. Like, I don't know how that didn't go.
Although I don't know how you count the double piper. So maybe 5-2.
Yeah, I'll give the U.S. another one. Yeah. Give them a second one there.
I think so. Ding, ding.
Yeah.
I go, wait a minute. Was that twice?
Felt like a Bears fan out here with the double doinks.
Yeah, and so that was one where the game was going so fast, I didn't stop to rewind because I felt like they would come back to it. But real time, I was like, I think that double piped.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until later. Like I know
that was a game. Like if you stopped to rewind,
you were missing.
I could have missed anything.
Yeah,
so I was like, dang it,
like,
dang
you can't
it,
go back and get that one.
Dang it.
I will say I love the 3-on-3. I know a lot of hockey people don't like that.
I don't, but I mean I get why they do it. I don't love it at all, but
I don't necessarily mean for overtime specifically. I just love the way 3-on-3 hockey is played. Like it's a very exciting. Like I'd be all.
You like freedom of movement. You're a big freedom of movement guy.
Like, are you familiar with rugby sevens?
Yes.
I would be all for like a miniature hockey. Like
my sister was an outstanding rugby player.
Like rugby sevens is phenomenal to watch. Super short games, smaller teams,
really explosive,
wide open. Like I'd be all for like a different version of hockey where it's like, hey. You got like 7-minute periods. It's 3-on-3 the whole time. It's just like it's a whole different thing. I understand the objection of playing it in overtime from a normal game. Like I totally get that. But in terms of just the aesthetics of watching it play, it's kind of phenomenal.
No, I'm not mad at you over that take. I'm kind of a purist, so I like it that way. But I've
totally
seen
understand.
lots of different decades of hockey.
Yeah.
So, I've seen it super open icy. I've seen it top heavy. I've seen, neutral trap zones like work, griming up blue lines. This is as skilled as hockey's ever been.
Yeah.
Ever. I am a 4-on-4 guy. 3-on-3 is like.
I probably would like 4-on-4 too.
It's like bitty ball. It's like I like. Because it's almost, if you're not at least a pretty good two-way guy, like you get exposed against the better teams in the league. Like you can't just be a goon. You can't just, like you have to be able to skate, man.
Yeah.
It is like a skating man's game now. So I kind of like that. And it was on full display in the Olympics. But, I mean, shoot, for Hellebuyck, it's like, just imagine this guy going back to the state of Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if he never makes another dime, he doesn't have to spend a penny in that state.
He certainly shouldn't.
And were you listening? Do you I don't know if you're following the storylines, but like when he and his brother were playing travel hockey, like they couldn't afford for both to be playing on different teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he had to stay local.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There were 13 other goalies taken before him.
That's wild.
The story, like, for not playing for a team I like.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Hellebuyck guy, but it's because I like those kinds of stories.
Well, and I can't, I can't lie and say like I like the redemption arc a little bit, for Hellebuyck. I'd like that to carry over to the NHL now. Like, maybe he really has exercised the demons. He's able, I hope he goes on and wins the Stanley Cup at some point. So, there's just nothing else hanging over him. And again, I don't really have any attachment to any hockey players, if I'm being honest, outside of what happens in the Olympics and the U.S. games. But you feel for that guy, and you really I just want him to be successful, like him and Hughes. Like you're just like, I just want those guys to be successful. Like I'm weird like this, but every once in a while I'll watch Miracle. Like I actually genuinely love that movie. And I'll go look. I'll be like, all right, what's Jim Craig doing these days? Is he doing okay? I just want him to be okay, And Jim Craig's still pretty active. I think he's a motivational speaker or whatever. But I just want those guys. I want things to go well for them because they're so important to you in this moment that like I really just want good things for them. It's a very I don't know, it's a very strange thing that I do.
What about so? And the funny thing about that is it's just one of those rare sports where when it's you against the world and it's the rest of the world. It changes the whole. It changes the whole.
The only thing I can compare it to in terms of other sports is the closest is probably being a pitcher, right? Where it's I know you've got help, but a lot of it's just on you. There's a lot just on your shoulders. There's not very many other sports where that much is just hey, this is kind of on you, bud. We need this, otherwise we're in a lot of trouble. Because if you've got bad pitching, doesn't matter how good. You could have the best defense in the world, and just you're never going to touch the ball.
Yeah, and Kobe, yeah, he was. That's the whole thing that I led with. He's got a couple of Vezinas, and he won the Hart. He was the MVP, and got pulled.
Yeah,
twice.
Yeah,
in the playoffs. His story going into this was he going to be clutch enough?
Yeah, and frankly, rightfully so, got pulled. He was terrible. It's not like they were just we're not sure. He was awful.
And he was developing a track record.
Yes, we were trending. We weren't quite James Hardening here, but we were heading in the wrong direction. And it was, Funky says it's called empathy, Ravi. I'm unfamiliar with that, so this is new to me.
Do you know what that is?
Well, apparently that's what it's called when I care about what happens to Hellebuck later in his career.
Oh,
I think that's what Funky was.
It's rare for you.
It's referring to. But no, it's a phenomenal story. And like I said, I really hope it carries over into his NHL career. So there's
why you don't cheer for them?
Well, you forgot my Winnipeg Jets. Oh,
here we go.
No, it's just because I like him. I want good things for him. I just want good things for him.
All right, let's not overdo it, though.
And that's actually the funny thing about this is because I've seen tweets like that yesterday. I'm going to be on the Connor train for 3 days, and then I'm going to be hating the guy after that.
So that's the awkward part of this is he's got to go back to Canada.
Yeah.
I wonder what that reception's like first came back.
That's kind of the cool thing because a lot of these guys, not a lot, but you have a few teammates.
Yeah, well, I think about half of them.
Yeah, it's
I think about half of them were teammates.
That's wild playing against, and I felt like they still played with a certain level of physicality too. So,
oh yeah, I don't think they.
I wasn't worried about that getting compromised, but for what it is, I mean that's about as good as it gets, especially early. There's nothing. I mean, and you probably should be in service, but I mean, almost nothing better than waking up to high intensity sports. I mean, this isn't like NFL overseas where you hear vuvuzelas and it's Jacksonville and Cincinnati. You know what I mean? This was
Jaguars, Browns.
This is the best of the best.
Yeah. No, there is. I very much enjoy off schedule sports. So either late at night or early in the morning or kind of when you're not normally expecting it. There was this has to be back in 2000. I'm trying to think of my World Cup years here. 2008 maybe. I don't know if that's the right year. But when the U.S. beat Algeria on the Landon Donovan goal to go into the
everybody
knockout stage.
I think that was probably the beginning of the end for Landon Donovan's psyche because that guy became very hard to talk to after that.
Wow. Yeah, probably. But that was one where it's I don't even think it was that early in the morning. I was just in college, so I woke up late. But that was one where first thing wake up. When I was a kid, on spring break and the NCAA March Madness would fall, I'd wake up, be ready to go right when the game started. I like waking up to sports. It's nice.
Hey, Shane, so does the fan base for Connor's NHL team still cheer for him?
I would say in 3 days. Maybe 2 now.
So I miss the NHL.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I miss it.
You're a big NHL honk, I know.
I just, it's just a great sport to watch, especially and the Olympics have playoff vibes, which is why I like playoff hockey.
Yeah.
Or you think every goal is going to be it?
There's a level of intensity that it's hard not to appreciate.
Hey, speaking of empathy, and not to transition, I apologize, but while we're on the empathy thing, you're going to say no.
Okay. What do we got?
Did you watch anything on Dan Hurley?
I saw the preview for it. I didn't see the story. It wasn't because I avoided it. I just didn't catch it.
I'm telling you.
Because that was the Seton Hall thing where he was like struggling a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And how it kind of formed his personality.
He literally, this is incredible. He literally had the yips.
I would say it looked like a yips thing.
He had the yips.
Yeah. He like couldn't dribble a basketball.
He had to leave basketball.
Yeah.
And going back home to Jersey City, and he talked about, having suicidal thoughts and having to go back and see his father, and how Bobby was the only one that understood because they grew up so connected to basketball, and he needed to disassociate, and why he coaches the way he does. And I was like, don't let Ravi see this. He's gonna have to like him.
I get
Because I rock with Hurley.
I know you do. Listen, don't have to act like how you do though. Coaching how you do is one way. Acting like how you do is another.
But man, Max 10-4. You're good.
No, it's not even about that.
You're good.
It's not about that.
Okay, you'll honk for Cronin, but can't rock with.
First of all,
what?
Don't do that.
You rock with Mick.
No, I defended one thing he said last year.
Oh, God.
In a vacuum, I still defend it. In the body of work of Mick Cronin, I'm not riding with that guy.
I just send Shane interview after interview, and every last one of them is worse than the previous.
You know one of the things I'm a big fan of? It's when you learn more information, you can change your mind.
Oh, man. He said we didn't do anything right from that first half. Not one thing that we practiced did we do in that game.
I mean, he didn't like.
I don't know. Kobe, he comes by it honestly, just put it to you like that.
That's kind of my point. Like
he comes by it honestly.
I understand the struggle, and I can appreciate overcoming that and all that.
He actually pulled off a flat bill too.
You still don't have to act like that. Nobody made you act like that. You can coach a certain way. Like, listen, if Matt Rule acted the rest of the time the way I assume he coaches, I probably wouldn't ride with Matt Rule either.
That makes sense.
Like, I think you can turn it on and off when you get on. Like he doesn't have to be that way all the time.
You gonna be all right?
I don't know. Can Shane ask me?
You seem hurt right now.
You gonna be all right?
You gonna be all right?
So you think like Buchagras and well, I don't know what kind of Barry's having some struggles, but him and Levy just got on a three-way call.
It's like what did a little watch party together, like virtual watch party.
Yeah, I think Melrose would be out on the other two though. He's Canadian.
Just be like, I gotta.
It's
like I'm gonna watch this. Wait, I think that guy. I think he's gonna watch it with Don Cherry, but I think Don Cherry died.
Yeah.
Is Don Cherry still with us?
I don't want to prematurely kill anybody, but I
think
not this time, but I think so.
Don Cherry passed.
It did. It was like the shot heard wrong. I think maybe a couple years ago.
He is still alive.
Really?
92.
Was it the last broadcast I'm thinking of? I'm always prematurely often, guys.
I thought he had passed.
What do you think he does with all? What do you think he did with all those Blazers? Give them to Melrose?
There's a lot of options. You could give them to like a Goodwill or.
I spent a couple of years having to watch TSN.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, very familiar.
There's some
very familiar.
There's some quality programming up there.
Yeah, I've been to those arenas up there, even when they
big Toronto guy.
Oh, for a while.
But Raptors or Maple Leafs or Argonauts.
Well, it was the Argos, the team, but of course, I came back honestly.
Yeah.
I was never a Leafs guy.
Yeah.
Even though I did see Ty Domi get his teeth kicked in by Chris Simon.
Yeah.
Yes, live. I mean, I think Simon's probably, what's Simon, Shane, about 6'6", 6'7"?
He's up there.
And Ty Domi goes about 5'10".
Oof.
Actually, Max is playing for the Leafs now.
Yeah,
Domi. But, yeah, saw that. Saw the Pens, them play the Pens. I told you my coat hanger was 3 hockey sticks connected. right?
Yeah.
With the little pegs.
Did you catch much Raptors up there or no?
Yeah, I saw Vince in.
I was like, you're a big Carter guy. That would have been about the right time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I have his. I got the jersey at the game.
Mm-hmm.
They had really good food. They had changed the name. I think that was at the Rogers Center.
Was McGrady still there?
No,
That was right after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah.
So it had been like 03?
2-3. I think it's 2-3.
Okay.
Because then I was there for New Year's in 04 on some makeshift boat casino thing. It's anarchy.
It's not a boat on New Year's Eve.
It's all a blur. It's all a blur.
May have been. Never mind.
I just encourage you to watch the.
I'll go back and get it.
It's just. Don't you want to know why people are the way they are?
I do want to know why people are the way they are. I think
you don't have to like it. I'm just saying you could understand it.
No, I do. I like the information, and that's probably why I'll go back and try and get it. I wouldn't, if I were you, I wouldn't have a huge expectation that I'm going to feel differently about it.
I don't.
You know,
I know exactly what I'm dealing with. I am 100% well aware you're not a nice person.
well, that's not true. Not always
You're
true.
not a nice person.
Depends on what it is.
You did use the word empathy this morning, so maybe you're taking baby steps.
Well, it's because Funky Giblets brought it up. It wasn't of my own volition.
Well, Jibs is funny.
I like Funky Giblets.
Yeah, me too.
He's somebody that we'll have to have a draft board discussion on.
Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah. See who he just dropped.
Oh, I love Dave Roberts.
So I know
you're not a fan as a manager, but
Jibs, I have a weird. You'd call it irrational.
dislike of Dave Roberts?
Like of Vince Carter.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
It's irrational.
For somebody that doesn't really play the way you want them to.
Yeah, and he almost quit. Like, he was kind of soft. He forced his way out of Toronto. Like, there's a lot of things early on about him that I was like, he was going to leave Carolina. Mm-hmm. He was going back to Daytona.
He got, like...
But I am a nice person, Kobe.
He outlived the rap, though. Like, he played so long that he kind of just got this reputation as like...
And he played hard all the time.
Yes. And he got this, which was not the case in Toronto at the end. Like, he basically just dogged it until they had to trade him.
Wait, Joe Good, you don't like Dave Roberts? How do you not like Dave Roberts?
Oh, I love Dave Roberts.
I don't love Dave Roberts. For a guy that has
multiple world championships.
And I'm going to listen, I give him credit. There's something about managing personalities,
especially that
and
many
in-game
really
stuff.
Good
But he just drove me crazy with the pitching. And when I didn't think the Dodgers were going to get over the hump, it was just like, ooh, boy, Dave.
Let me say, though, the last couple years, whether it was with starting pitching or relieving, both of which were areas where they were struggling in the playoffs. Yeah. Like, he did a pretty good job navigating that.
I understand. I told you. They won 2 World Series games bullpenning. Like, these guys weren't healthy, and I get it. Listen, I'm not interested in the Dodger... the spoils. But if you actually watched and don't just look at the payroll and who was healthy and what they had, that staff was.
No, they were decimated. They didn't have 3 healthy starting pitchers, and Dave Roberts did a phenomenal job navigating that. Like, that's hard to do. Winning 2 games in the World Series with a bullpen is really hard to do.
Yeah,
and so you got to give him credit there. But I like him for Red Sox reasons. Like, obviously. For me,
from a trauma standpoint, and I get it. It's 2 rings ago, so it rings hollow.
Yeah,
but Joe Good might remember. Like, we were going through. Why are you trotting out Kenley Jansen again? Like, that wasn't that long ago.
I know.
Shoot, I think Kenley Jansen's been on 2 teams since then.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3.
One of them was the Red Sox.
Yeah. Or I get the loyalty thing, but you're going to get us beat.
Yeah, it's, I will say.
By the way, Kenley Jansen drafted as a catcher.
I remember that.
Yeah.
One of the hardest things, I think, as a baseball manager is the balance of doing the thing that has gotten you there versus having a sense of, I don't think this guy is the guy who got me there, right? Like Kenley Jansen, obviously over the course of his years in LA was phenomenally successful overall, right? But you go into the situation, you're like, is he still that version of that guy? And I think that's really, really challenging. I think the other thing, especially with relievers, is in the playoffs, I think your mentality matters just as much as your stuff. Because I watched, not everything has to be about the Red Sox, but I watched Keith Folk throw 88-mile-an-hour fastballs for years and just be like,
that's a great pull. He was a bulldog, though.
Yeah, like he was like, this is fine. I'm going to get outs throwing 88 to 90, and we're just going to go. So, like, and Kenley Jansen's out there throwing 97, and you're like, I don't trust him. Same thing with Hurldat Chapman now, where, like, he'll go through stretches. Like, yeah, he's throwing 100.
That's all I wanted from Trannon.
It's like,
I'm like, come on, Blake.
I get you're throwing 102. I don't trust you at all. Not even a little bit. And so, like, I understand not wanting to go into the unknown with a situation where you're like, this guy's stuff isn't as good, and I don't know if he's got it mentally.
All right. So should I be excited about Yamamoto, Snell, Ohtani, Glasnow, and Emmett Sheehan?
Is that all? Is there not more? You want to name the rest of them?
Just asking.
You've got a pretty good.
I did read the other day where Ohtani touched 101 in his bullpen session. So
yeah,
apparently the arm's feeling good.
Sure, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, 101.
No, it's I'm excited for baseball. The Red Sox actually spent some money, got some starting pitching this year.
You guys should be tough.
I'm hoping the young bats are ready. That's the question, right? Because they didn't go out and get anybody really for the lineup. I'm hoping the young bats are ready.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That's the $1 million question.
There's some good. There's some good stories, like when we do our previews and stuff for our picks. It's not quite worst to first, but I got some candidates and some teams that we may be a little off on.
I agree, Kobe. They did figure out how to get Hurldat Chapman under control. It's because they told him to actually aim somewhere. Have you heard that story?
Yeah.
Where it's just like,
yeah, he was a grip it and rip it guy.
Yeah, before they were just like, hey, throw a strike. And they're like, hey, why don't you try throwing it right here? And he's like, oh, okay, that's easier.
I mean,
it's the aim small, miss small thing.
You guys will roll out Crochet, Gray, Suarez, and Bello.
Oh, yeah, no, and
that's legit.
Early, I think, is good. We'll see if he's ready.
That's pretty legit.
No, the starting rotation, and I love pitching, so I'm excited to have a good starting rotation again. Crochet is phenomenal. I just hope the young bats come around since they didn't spend any money there. But I'm excited. Being excited about a baseball season is fun. I'm going to be honest with you.
Are you excited about Roman Anthony DHing?
I'm just excited to have Roman Anthony back in my life. I just want him to hit. I'm excited.
It's exciting.
I really hope Marcelo Meyer figures it out. And
best wishes.
I think they're going to switch him between second and third a little bit with with old boy that they just acquired from the Astros.
Falefa?
No, it's Connor or something.
You got a hyphenated last name.
I can't remember his name right now, but I think he's a young kid from the Astros, played third base last year.
Connor Wong.
Yeah, Connor Wong. Yeah, and so I actually I'm not a guy anymore. It's like, hey, I'm just gonna watch bad baseball for 6 months. Like, I need you to give me something a little bit early.
What do you think the partnership with MLB TV and ESPN means? That's got to be good, right? Because I don't know if you've heard. They're already rolling out all the shameless promos. Like, hey, I don't know if you know, like, it's all in-house. We're one-stop shop. ESPN, MLB TV.
So I'm a little concerned I'm not going to get my free T-Mobile subscription this year. Because they've done that for the last handful of years where it's like T-Mobile Tuesdays.
Do you know when you told me about that?
Yeah.
That I went and immediately made sure I was logged in just in case I could get some rollover. I don't want to get kicked out and have to log back in.
Yeah, I'm really hoping ESPN doesn't screw up my situation with
it. All right.
Also, I'm a little annoyed because I already pay for so many different things with ESPN. It's like, are you not going to include this on any of my like Plus, Unlimited, whatever nonsense?
Are you Disney guy? Disney, ESPN?
I have all the things.
Hello?
I have all the things. I have
Hello.
I have Roy Halou Jr. I've got Disney Plus. I've got the ESPN Unlimited. What's up?
You have Hulu and YouTube TV?
I have the Hulu, not Hulu TV. I've just got the Hulu.
The premium package?
Yeah, the subscription package.
Okay.
There's shows on there I want to watch, Or
No, I get
Natasha does, I think.
I haven't watched. This is, I don't know if it's like depression or what, but this is like the most television shows I've even entertained watching.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like once I'm done with sports, I'm immediately, because I haven't left the house. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm Operation
Staying locked down.
Operation Chill.
You know what I started watching again this weekend?
What's that?
Peaky Blinders.
Oh, did you start from the jump?
Yeah, because the movie's coming out.
Oh my gosh.
The movie's coming out in
How are they going to do that in a movie?
I don't know. The movie's coming out in like a month.
That thing's got to be 4 hours.
I'll take what I can get,
Although it did jump the shark, so no, just give me the first 3 seasons.
The first 3 seasons are dramatically better.
Tommy Shelby might be one of my favorite mythical characters of...
Love Tommy Shelby.
He might be one of my favorite fictional characters ever. Shane, he's no Darth Vader. Is that your guy? Or you're a big Chewie guy? You're one of those guys like you
No, I like both.
You fawn over.
Yeah, I mean,
Tommy
James Earl
Shelby.
Jones is,
Who?
James Earl Jones is awesome.
Errol? As in
Earl.
Spence? Earl?
Earl?
Campbell?
Not like Green Arrow.
Arrow.
Ever?
Dude, Tommy Shelby is a dude.
He's the GOAT.
I should see if I could go a day just using Tommy Shelby 1 or 2 liners.
Oh, you probably could. And nobody would pick up on it since it's not like in the accent.
I couldn't help but to do the accent, though.
That's the hard part. Is like if you could do it in like your normal voice, nobody would know.
Dude, I love me some. That's going to be a movie. How did I not know that?
Yeah, well, the trailers just dropped this weekend or last weekend, and so it kind of inspired me to start rewatching.
I mean, that is.
You're right. The last couple seasons aren't as good, but first 3 or 4 seasons are phenomenal.
I would put the first 3 seasons of Peaky Blinders up against
Just about anything.
Just
about anything.
I mean, now consider the source. I haven't seen Breaking Bad. I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
I would say
I've dabbled in. I only watched like 9 episodes of The Wire.
I think The Wire's a little overrated.
Dude, I'm serious. It's still stuck on season 1, episode 9. I'm like, I don't get it.
I feel
you want a low key good one.
What's that?
I don't know if you have the stomach for it though.
What's that?
Banshee.
Oh, is that the cannibal one? Mm-mm. Oh, that's Yellow Jackets. What's Banshee?
Banshee is this sheriff / cop goes back to this town to kind of clean it up. Mm-hmm. Goes undercover. Banshee is way good.
Yeah. Is that what service is that one on? Oh, you do yours a little different, so you may not know.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Banshees was really good. He said, "Wait, geez, Justin."
Justin went hard on that. I haven't seen Breaking Bad.
I rock with Justin too. He's like an OG.
Kobe is stunned about.
He said, "How the f have you not seen Breaking Bad?" Kobe, can I just tell you something? I want to watch Game of Thrones so bad. It's a time period I like. Everything about it is in my wheelhouse. Kobe, I'm going to admit this to you. Much like I turned on my smoker in the rain and you made fun of me mercilessly. Kobe, I'm afraid I won't get the storylines because I'm so far behind. I am the guy, remember, that used IMDb lineage for The Godfather.
Yep.
Game of Thrones may ruin me, so I'm afraid. This is like Rocky to Talia Shire.
So
I'm afraid, all right?
I appreciate the vulnerability here.
Watch him drop some sort of P-bomb on me, and I'm going to be livid.
It is one that you're going to, like I know sometimes you multitask while you're watching shows.
I would not. I'll lock in.
Game of Thrones is one you have to lock in.
I'll lock in.
I think you can get the storylines. I'll be honest, I didn't think it was as hard to follow as people made it seem, but part of that is because I binged it. I think when they had like a year and a half between seasons, it was hard to remember everything that happened without rewatching it all right before the next season. So I don't think it's as hard to follow as people made it seem.
Well, Waltz, I refuse to watch Breaking Bad because I hate crackheads.
Hey, well, they're meth heads, bud. It's fine.
Seems a little extreme, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, there's some gems I haven't seen.
It's fiction, Walls. It's okay.
I've never seen.
What about Sopranos?
Have
you seen it?
Lot of TikTok.
Okay, haven't actually seen it.
I've seen like how many seasons were there? 5?
Sopranos. I think there were 7.
I've 5, 6 because 5 was like a half a season and a half a season.
Okay.
I've probably seen 20 episodes total
Of The Sopranos?
Yeah.
So here's kind of the dirty little secret about some of the HBO shows, especially the ones from late 90s, early 2000s.
20 total.
Yeah. So I think there's like 100, so you're almost there.
So I'm just telling you, Tommy Shelby, significantly greater and protagonist, anti-hero than Tony Soprano.
I would agree. Tommy Shelby's one of my favorite characters. Like I'm not
Tommy Shelby is like, at no point did I not like him.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I kind of understand, because even as cutthroat
always-
as he could be, he was so principled.
Always understood the motivations. Always. It's like, I maybe wouldn't have done that.
Greater anti-hero, Tony or Tommy?
Well, I'm picking, like you said, I'm picking Shelby almost everybody.
What about the guy that everybody likes that whistles in The Wire? Omar.
Oh, so
Everybody loves that dude.
this is kind of what I was about to say about Sopranos and The Wire and some of the HBO shows from that era is they don't actually age that well. In terms of, so I don't know if you remember that era of HBO, but like the acting is only okay. In some
I don't know.
ways.
I like the dude that played Omar because he
So-
played in that other show with Buscemi that I like where they were bootleggers.
Yeah. Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
So Boardwalk Empire is about the era where the acting started to get better, and that guy is good. Like the headliners are good, but like
I kind of like Boardwalk Empire.
I did too. But like if you're watching Sopranos, like it's distracting how bad of an actor his son is, right? It's kind of distracting how bad of an actor some of the side characters are. So yeah, like Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini ages great, right? His wife, whose
My
name
mom
is,
loved The Shield, Kel Jim.
whose name is escaping me right now, the actress is a really great actress. And the guy that plays Omar, really great actor, right? But some
Is
of
it
the
like Edie Falco or something?
Edie Falco, yes, thank you. Some of the side characters I think are distractingly bad in that era of HBO shows,
Yeah.
and so it's hard for me to go back and watch them sometimes.
No Wire, no Sopranos, no Game of Thrones, no Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad's really good. Better Call
I didn't
Saul
like-
is really good too.
Never saw Better Call Saul. I didn't watch the one with the coach that everybody likes.
Oh, Friday Night Lights,
No.
Ted Lasso.
Yes.
You didn't watch Friday Night Lights, the show either, did you?
I watched the first season.
First, second season's bad. It's 1, 3, and 5, I think, are really good.
I went through a stretch without watching the TV. I don't know. I watched Heroes. Did you watch Heroes?
No, that was the save the cheerleader to save the world deal.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch
First
that.
2 seasons were solid.
They were sensational. One of the coolest bad guys ever was in Heroes.
Cal Jam says he's a big Shield guy. I didn't watch the Shield.
My mom rocked with the Shield.
Yeah,
She likes those
the police shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and I think she started early. She's Starsky and Hutch, Hill Street Blues.
Oh, okay. Back in the day.
Yeah. So I never saw Curb Your Enthusiasm. Well, everybody says Larry David. That's Larry David, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he supposed to be so funny?
You have to have a very specific sense of humor, I think.
Well, then you're not funny. What does that mean? What do you mean?
Well, I mean that's not entirely there's some versions of sense of humor that aren't for everybody. Stylistically, I think he's not for me. I don't think there's certain things he does that are funny. I don't like it enough to watch the whole show. I watched the first 2 seasons. I was like, I'm good.
So what do you mean? Is it sarcasm? Is it dry humor? What do you mean?
So he's sort of he puts himself.
Hey, the first season of Fortitude was fantastic.
Yeah,
Wyatt, I apologize. There was no real finish of season 2.
So he's the he's one of the creators with Seinfeld, right? And Seinfeld's not really for me either. Just sort of this awkward situational humor where it's they put themselves in these weird situations and then they kind of awkwardly bumble their way through them and I don't know. It's just I don't particularly find that
I
funny.
like Seinfeld. I've watched the first 3 series. I actually just finished it. Season 3, episode 10. Was it Breaking the Mule? Yellowstone. I was way late to the game on Yellowstone. It got progressively worse, and I don't want to see the finish.
I've seen a bunch of TikTok clips of Yellowstone. That's all. That's probably all I need to see. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Was he a good? Is Kevin Costner a good guy, or is he an anti-hero?
He's probably an anti-hero.
I put him in the Tommy Shelby group then because I like the Kevin Costner character.
Yeah, I think I would put him.
Although he's constantly almost dying,
almost dying, and constantly killing people.
I don't. Dude,
that is
there are some sweet characters on Yellowstone.
That is sort of the Tommy Shelby archetype, though. Is like always almost dying and then always killing people.
Dude, Tommy Shelby was tough.
He was, which is kind of funny to take. Like it's kind of funny when you realize like Cillian Murphy is like a very small person.
Yeah, I do need some of that stuff to be a little bit more believable. It was like when I would see Daniel Craig like whip people. I'm like, he's little.
Is he small? Is Daniel Craig small?
Yeah. Well, he's no Liam Neeson.
Well, yeah, Liam Neeson's like 6'4", though, isn't he?
Who's the guy I like on
but
Yellowstone?
Daniel Craig is built way bigger.
I'm a big Rip guy. In
Yellowstone. Cole Hauser, I think is his name in real. I think that's the actor's name.
I like Rip is a bad boy.
Daniel Craig is normal height for like an actor.
He's little. He's like 5'10".
Yeah, it's borderline tall for an actor. Half those actors.
It's like Tom Cruise. Like Tom Cruise can't be whipping people in Mission Impossible and Jack Reacher.
Tom Cruise is like 5'5". Like we're having a different conversation here.
Is that all?
He's tiny. I think he's listed at 5'7".
I saw an AI generated thing on my TikTok of all the old Outsiders.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
It like goes to like.
And I forgot his name was just Steve.
Like a then and now.
Everybody else had like cool names. He was just
Pony Boy.
Steve.
What's up, Steve?
You know, he called Dallas Dally, and you know, like he's
Stay golden, Pony Boy.
Steve
doesn't quite hit the same. Stay golden, Steve.
2-bit, like everybody had like cool names. And you're just Steve. I was like, that sucks.
Come on.
I
Steve.
apologize for Fortitude, Wyatt. It was so good season 1. I was all in, and then there was like you had to pay for like 3 episodes of season 2, and it wasn't even finished.
Yeah, Soda Pop. Forgot about Soda Pop.
Yeah.
There was good nicknames outside of Steve.
Steve. Hey, what's your name? Steve. I don't know. I'm watching a movie right now with Kelly Riley, who played Beth Dutton.
Yeah.
It's called Under the Saltgrass.
Yeah.
Legit.
How is it? Good?
Legit.
Coming up on the show today, we've got Sam McKewon, as we always do.
I got to talk some spring ball. We got some position battles, Ravi.
We got from the Omaha World Herald, and then we got Brent Sobleski from Bleacher Report. Want to talk a little 99 QBs, what he's got going on there.
What'd you say in the notes? 99 problems. Trent Dilfer ain't one.
I said I got 99 QBs and Trent Dilfer ain't one.
Like, this dude's a child.
I think he's the only Super Bowl winner that's on the list. I went through. I think he's the only Super Bowl winner not on the list. Oh. Which I found interesting. It's like Ryan Tannehill makes the cut, but we're drawing the line at Trent Dilfer, huh?
You know what I want to do in the summer for one of our topics after we draft all our streamers?
What's that?
I want to pick like movie characters.
Draft movie characters?
Yeah. I want to draft.
We can do that.
I want to draft movie characters.
We have to wait until after the Peaky Blinders movie comes out, so Tommy Shelby is officially a movie character and not just a TV show character.
And I think you should have to take some ladies too, because there are some bad.
That's fine.
Like, you've never seen Snowfall, have you?
Huh.
I think I found a Beth Dutton rival.
Yeah.
Snowfall. Oh, yeah.
Are we doing TV and movies or just movies? I feel like those might be different drafts, TV and movies.
Movies may be a little more. Well, you don't really get art. You don't get the character arcs in movies.
Sometimes you do.
I think we should limit it to series.
Okay. So series only, no movies.
Yeah. More than one. What's up, buddy? I see him every day now. Am I going to see him every day? It's a funny dude. He's hard not to make you laugh.
I'm working on it, man. I was setting up the lineup. We got to get to Sam.
He came out. He said, when I say break, we break.
I'm going to really enjoy having them around all the time. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We will be right back with Sam McKewon on Hurrdat Sports Live.
You know, told Braden he was going to get the opportunity to go out there and start, and told everybody else, be ready when your name's called and go out and make a positive contribution to the game. And I thought Leo and Jared were unbelievable in that first half. I thought Braden got us off to a really good start, making some effort, hustle plays, getting on the offensive boards. And then Jared came in when Braden got the 2 fouls and really picked up for him. But those 2 guys combined get 7 offensive rebounds. That's huge for our team. And, the other thing about it, Rink obviously had some struggles going on in the first half. And when you have a guy that can go in, Leo, I thought was terrific in those last few minutes, and it allows Rink to regroup. And I thought Rink was so much better in the last 20 minutes of that game.
You just touched on this, but how do you describe what you got from Jared and the play?
Yeah, I mean, when you go in the game, you don't want to disrupt the flow, and you've got some momentum. You don't want to give it back when you go to your bench. And I'll say this: Jared had his best week of practice that he's had since he's been here.
about now is going into spring with your team. Think about a year ago. I was sitting there cautiously going through spring practice, not wanting to make decisions on specific position groups, because if you make those decisions, the guys that lost out on the opportunity, what'd they do? Yeah, so that part of it's exciting. It hasn't always been like that, obviously, without the transfer component to it, but back when I was an air raid guy, we had a specific system, and it was going to be that system. Okay, now that hasn't been the case since probably 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. That's when we started doing more stuff to try to figure out what we did best. I changed our offense drastically from 2015 to 2014 to 2015 when a guy by the name of Skyler Howard was our starting quarterback. He was a runner and he was a deep ball guy. That's what he did good, so that's what we majored in.
Yeah, so we're a split safety defense, majoring in quarters and cover 7 or bracket variations. There's a lot of Saban principles in the defense. There's a lot of Mike McDonald and some of the Jesse Minter, some of their influences on the defense. And ultimately, it's you'll see us in split field defense most of the time, and then getting to a bunch of different coverage variations of it. We'll be in 4-2-5 personnel with the rush stood up into the boundary, the weak side DN. We like to think that we're really multiple post-snap, but pretty simple pre-snap.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here, not Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill, here at Hurrdat Sports headquarters. Got the new studio.
How long is it going to take you to figure that out?
Probably a couple weeks. I'm going to be honest with you.
Hey.
We got our guy Jake Gensel, courtesy of Avery Howard.
Is Jake and Bake?
Yeah, got Omaha alum.
Shane, we pulled off an interview with him.
I talked to him yesterday.
So
we're setting up a time.
I know. So here's the thing.
Yeah,
he's tough to get.
He doesn't do a lot of,
and he doesn't do a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to jinx it.
Yeah. So
and I'm not. And I would be grateful for anything he gave us, but he has been good to Shane and I.
Yeah.
We also have Sam here.
Also somebody who's good to you and Shane and me, of course, our guy Sam McKewon from the Omaha World Herald. Sam, how are we doing?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Sammy Mac. I'm good, buddy. I'm really, really good. Did you you had a couple of colleagues that really killed it the last handful of days with state wrestling, man. Shout out to a couple of your colleagues, man. I saw Mike, I saw Stu. Those guys were everywhere. And it is a very hard, in my opinion, it's a hard event to cover if you like all classes because there's a lot going on at the same time.
Yes, there is. It's an incredible event.
Yeah, it's
and now 5 days because there's 2 days for the girls, which was great, and now you have the 3 days for the boys. So the 3 days now is maybe not quite as long, which is good. But it's full and it's fun, and there's really nothing like that Friday night at the semis. When they fill the arena.
It was pretty electric. But where you want to start, Sam? Let's go with hoops, right? Because I think it just got interesting with all these top 10 teams, and it's such a crapshoot. And I'm going to pull Michigan, Duke out of it, but we saw what happened with UCLA and Illinois. And even though Cronin said his team didn't do anything that they practiced in the first half, wait. Do you love just waiting for Mick Cronin press conferences? Just let me start there, because it's got to be a bit by now, doesn't it?
It's kind of a bit, yeah. I mean, I would say that it's...
Man, did we lose Sam already?
Can you hear me okay?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah.
It's a little bit of a bit. And then you saw some...
Oh, I think we lost him again.
Gosh, Sam might be on the move, though. It sounds like he's driving.
Maybe. I don't know. I know they're working. Maybe. I know we were doing having an issue with an echo as well in there, so I don't know if we're working on that. We'll try and reconnect with Sam here a little bit, but
I think Austin just said we had to blow him out, but he's coming back.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Can't just get rid of Sam.
Yeah, Big Ten is wild. I missed that.
What's that, Austin? Oh, he took himself out. Okay.
Oh, okay. He took himself out. Sounds like, yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Okay.
We are working on getting the phones up and running at the new
Did you like Iowa's second half yesterday?
Not really.
What are you making of the Big Ten?
I think Wisconsin's a lot better than we thought.
Kind of. They just laid an egg, too.
I know, but I think in general they're better than we thought. The Illinois UCLA one is the one I can't really make heads or tail of.
You guys said something funny in the group chat that, and maybe it was just Maddie when he said they have an athleticism problem.
Yeah.
That sounds eerily familiar to kind of what I've been thinking about them.
Yeah, I think there's going to be certain matchups that are not great for them.
It's just going to be really hard for them.
Yeah, which is funny that it happens against UCLA, who was not playing particularly well.
Oh, there he is. I hear him. Sam, there you are, buddy. Go ahead. We went into it maybe being a bit so far with Mick Cronin.
Here I am. Yes, I am driving. I'll be driving here in a minute. I dropped my son off today because it's cold out. And
very much so.
Yeah. So
does he does he normally walk?
Yeah.
That might be cool if I could just walk. Those were the days. But that's how people used to pick their schools, man. It was walking distance. Remember that?
I do.
That was fun.
Nick Cronin. I think it's usually a bit. I think he crossed the line at Michigan State last year or last week, and then he came back. I think on Friday had a much more candid, honest press conference with all the people at UCLA where he had to apologize for the way that he treated his player. And, he was somewhat contrite. So I think, it's kind of a bit. But Nebraska's going to go out and play that team.
Yep.
And that team can beat Nebraska by 15 if Nebraska doesn't have all the stuff together. So that's the game that will be played next week. But either team that they're playing on the West Coast is going to be easy to beat. And I don't think Maryland's going to be easy to beat on Wednesday. Nebraska needs to play its best basketball down the stretch.
So have you rethought how you thought about Michigan State or Purdue, or do you just think you're going to settle or land the plan on they're good, they're just flawed? Because they look like different teams depending on the given night every other night.
I think they're good, but they're just flawed. Yep. And I'd probably take Purdue in the NCAA tournament to go around further than Michigan State. But I think they're about the same team. And honestly, I don't think Nebraska is flawed because I think Nebraska is maxing out on the players that it has on the roster. But I think Nebraska is in that pool too. I think second round, Sweet 16 is about what Nebraska is. And if Nebraska has to go play a team that's a 2 seed or a 1 seed, I think they'll have their hands full, especially on offense. But that would still be the best team in school history. So you'll take what you can get. Purdue and Michigan State, on the other hand, are trying to make the Final Four every year. So I think for those teams, they want to see them compete at a level higher than the second round Sweet 16.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, Sam, because Michigan State and Nebraska, at least in the in the Ken Palm analytics, have almost exactly the same profile offensively and defensively, right? Really, really high-level defenses. Offensively, they tend to struggle to consistently score points. But it looks so different between those two teams. Like, I wouldn't watch those two teams and say, hey, like, these are very similar. Does that stylistically matter to you at all in terms of how far you think one or the other can go, even though the metrics say they're pretty similar?
Stylistically, I think Michigan State's probably a little bit better equipped to go further in the NCAA tournament because I do feel like they have a kind of athleticism that could be challenging to a second round opponent who's, let's say, a 5 seed or a 6 seed. I think Nebraska's going to have to play its very best game and execute really well to win a second round game. Let's say they're a 3 seed and they're playing 6 seed Kentucky. That's a chore. And that's going to be tough. And I know Kentucky's been up and down this year, but once you get on the floor with a roster like Kentucky's and you have to confront what they're able to do athletically and what they're able to get at the rim and what Nebraska's not able to get at the rim. If Kentucky plays its very best basketball game, it's going to be hard for Nebraska to win. And I know I'm talking 2 or 3 weeks ahead, and people don't necessarily love that because they want to stay in the moment. I totally understand that. But I think you're going to see when they play USC and UCLA, when they play Iowa again, and maybe even when they play Maryland, that some of the challenges that Nebraska is facing is just relative to a relatively short bench. And the fact that, Braden Franklin's not 100%, you don't necessarily have guys that can get to the rim with the exception of Sam Boyberg and Braden Franklin. And they're going to have to work through that. And they've been an incredible team all year, and they've been able to create points off turnovers and get it done that way. I still feel like Nebraska's going to have to execute at an elite level down the stretch to do what it wants to do. Well, that's not quite true. I think they're going to win a first round game. I think if they just play their basketball. To go on a deep run, they're going to have to play their very best because teams are going to face are really good. Any team above a 7 seed right now is really good.
So it's interesting, Sam, because I'm looking at, if you want to kind of stay in the moment with the top 16 seeds released. If I told you that Nebraska is grouped with Florida, Kansas, and Gonzaga, does that seem right to you?
Based on their resume? Yeah. Yes. Based on what they put on the board, I think Gonzaga and Kansas have more athleticism. Yeah. But based on what Nebraska's done, excuse me, absolutely. They belong with those teams. For sure.
It's interesting, too, because I think Florida can win a national championship, but I'm not sure anybody else on that three line that I look at it and say, yeah, I could see it. Not even Gonzaga.
Well, Kansas could.
Ooh,
I think they're 2 right now. But they have a lot of players. So there's a lot of things going on there. But yeah, I think there's teams that can make a surprising run to the Final Four. The national title thing is tricky because it kind of depends on what happens when you get there. And it's absolutely true. I think the lowest seed to win the national championship in the last 15 years is like a 4, right? UConn?
Yeah, UConn in 2014, I think.
Yeah. Well, just a couple years ago. They were a 4.
Oh, yeah, I guess they were a 4 there, too. Were they a 6 in 2014?
I think they were 6.
Yeah.
Is that Napier?
Yeah.
I think they were 6.
So once you get to the very final game, it's very hard to win the national title as anything below 2 or 3. But getting there, Florida Atlantic got there. Chicago got there. San Diego State got there. Creighton could have got there as a 6. That all's in play for Nebraska. Like they can get there, but you have to play your very best. And you got to get a couple of breaks in the draws. I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of upsets. I really don't because a lot of these teams that are in the higher seeds are old and experienced, and I don't anticipate them losing a lot of games to 15, 14, 13 teams. I just don't see it. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, this is good. That West Coast, that USC UCLA thing is going to be interesting too. Because right now, I don't know if we realize this, but UCLA is 15-1 at home. Like 15-1 at home. That's pretty good when Nebraska goes out to Los Angeles.
It's very good. It's what's USC's record? It's not bad.
No, at home? Yeah, SC at home. Let me get right back to it. Yeah, it's actually pretty good as well. SC at home is no, it's not great. 9-5.
Not bad.
No, UCLA is right there amongst the elite in the conference at home because there's only 2 teams with 1 loss at home, and the other one is Michigan.
Yeah. Nebraska's got 2.
So yeah. I mean, Illinois has got 2. Purdue's got 3. Like the only 2 teams with 1 loss at home are UCLA and Michigan.
Yeah, and I think some of that has to do with not Pauley Pavilion.
No, I know. They're playing in front of a lot of blue and gold seats.
Yeah, it's a beautiful arena. Like it's really gorgeous. But I think it has to do with playing in Los Angeles, going all the way out there.
Yeah.
I could take that.
Yeah,
and having to play teams.
Sam, let's move on to spring football here. What did you make of the overall tone that we heard from the coaching staff on their availability at the end of last week?
Well, I think there were different tone. For sure. I mean, I think Rob Orch's tone was nice to meet you. Here's what we're going to be about.
Fair.
This is what we're going to do. This is what we think we can do. It sounded like he was a guy that is in the answers business and felt pretty optimistic about what they were going to do. I love the thing he said at the end where he said football is football. We believe in our process and we believe in what good football looks like. I think he had one kind of tone. I think Dana Holgorsen had You guys don't know that much.
He was kind of defiant. I think he's kind of over, like, not meddling, but having such strong takes without being in the know. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's just over it.
I think he's over it. I think last year was kind of a mess. And he's not able to say, guys, last year was kind of a mess. You know, he can't. He's not going to sit there and put Dylan under the bus or explain some of the dynamics that were at play. He's just going to move forward. So, I think he's not going to go back and unpack all that stuff. And I think he feels pretty good about where the offense is going. I will say that the question I was trying to ask him related to backup receivers was not designed to overlook Hunter and Barner and Gilbert. Yeah. It was designed to say, this is the first time in a long time where Nebraska has not just three guys, but seven or eight. And they don't have to just play the three. I mean, they should be able to trust Quinn Clark, go out and play 30 snaps if he had to. And you go back 4 years, and Alex Book was playing 60 snaps a game because like the sixth receiver on the team was probably a tight end. So things change. That's what I was trying to say. But his answer about the running back is stuff that I've been saying to you guys, and stuff that Damon's been saying. That is completely overblown. The frustration that the fans and some people in the media have about that room. It's just overblown. And it does speak to perhaps a lack of understanding about what that position is designed to do in 2026. And it's fans comparing what Nebraska was in the 90s and in the Rex Burkhead, Roy Palou, Amir Abdullah era to now. And it would be great if Nebraska had Rex Burkhead and Amir Abdullah at the same time. Yes, it would. But they don't. And Nebraska fans weren't going to get that with a transfer portal back from Miami. He's not Rex Burkhead, and he's not Amir Abdullah. So, I don't want to. I think fans just got a little over their skis a little bit. Holderson was ticked about it. Rule, on the other hand, I think he's trying to have a low profile. I don't think he wants to overhype anything. I think maybe been a little burned, especially about the Eckler stuff. If I'm looking Riley, I probably don't have Mike Eckler talking too much.
Man. So, I don't know, man. I feel like, and I can already hear this coming with, I like Coach Holgerson's approach because I'm old enough, and so are you, to remember, he says, hey, he even went into it, right? I don't know about, he can do what he wants to do with the comparisons between Emmett and Mackay, but to his point, I think what he's saying is, and when you're saying we don't know, when he's kind of intimating we don't know enough, I will say he does have a different frame of reference, right? Because he knows where he first saw Emmett to where he ended up seeing Emmett. We don't know. He knows where he's seen Mackay versus where Mackay is now. So, or whomever. So when he's talking, he's using his frame of reference. Because it's interesting, and it's not just fans, because fans they give more grace, they give more leeway, because they don't know, they don't have the opportunity to have access to ask questions or things like that. I think he's more talking about media too, like when he claps back and says, is that you guys asking or something else about the running back room? Because I've heard people make light of the fact what he said about Mackay Nelson. Oh, it wasn't even a good opponent, and it wasn't even that great of a deal, and Mackay only rushed for this, and they want to, when your glass is half empty, they want to dumb it down to it being hype. I think he's just saying, he's talking about development. Because if we're being honest, Sam, and you're a perfect person to ask, In your opinion, what's different between being excited about Johnny Mitchell or Derek Brown getting our ass kicked against Georgia Tech in a blowout versus a coach saying he's excited about Mekhi Nelson? In your, like, what fundamentally is the difference between the two things?
It's a long time ago.
Listen, there isn't one.
Right.
There isn't one. That's the right answer. There isn't a difference. We didn't know Johnny Mitchell was going to be the 14th pick for the Jets. We didn't know Derek Brown was going to change numbers and be amazing. Do you know what we did say? Oh, why don't we play the young guys more? They look good. These guys aren't competing. Can't wait to see Jay Mitch and Derek Brown. Like, are we am I making that up?
No.
Okay.
I don't know that. What's
you know what the finished product is, so it sounds ridiculous. Right. But real time.
Well, at real time, at the time, I think, and you could probably ask Coach Osborne this. I think Coach Osborne thought that his tenure was in trouble after the Georgia Tech loss.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming off, the Tyrese Knoxes, the Scotty B, Leotis Flowers. Like, we remember these things when we want to critique this staff because we're not enamored with them. They're just not held to the same standard of guys that said very similar things during their tenure under tumultuous times, too.
Right.
After we got our butt kicked by Georgia Tech, there was really nothing to be excited about watching Johnny Mitchell play 9 snaps or Derek Brown get 7 carries. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I do know what you mean. It was
I mean, damn be the facts.
Memorable time. And I do remember. I do actually remember that time, and I remember that game quite well. And I think there was a sense of going into that season in '90 that Nebraska was the best team in the country, and then they lost to the 2 national champions. But the loss that I remember, and I think fans remember, was the one they lost to Oklahoma, 45-10. Mm-hmm. And then they went into the next year, and it was a 3-man quarterback competition, I'm sure you remember. And then the guy that finished second ended up being the starter. So I think he started for a game, maybe, and then Keith took over. And that seemed to be the turning point in, the next part, the final part of the Osborne era is the defense got good.
I just mean on the surface of a coach saying that he likes what's in the room based on something that happened in a bowl game that we deem meaningless.
Right. Yeah, I don't deem it meaningless. I think there's some definite meaning to it, and I think people are just fatigued, and skeptical.
Yeah. And I think so. That's on them, and it's okay. That's on them, though. That's not on Holgorsen.
No,
I mean he's got a job to do.
And I think there's again, there's something the media feels about that room that I just don't personally feel. I think that room's going to be pretty good and maybe just fine. That's my read of it. So but I also understand how other media don't feel that way. And I would also say that, I think probably there should be some reasonable skepticism about the defensive line. So one thing I'll say is last year, Coach Rule said the defensive line was going to be hell on wheels, and it wasn't hell on wheels. And he was just trying to project excitement about that group, but that group didn't turn out to be that way. And people remember that he said that. And so I don't think you're going to hear him say that this year. I think it's going to be all about development. And, we don't know what we've got. We're just going to put our heads down. We're going to try to develop and grind. And maybe that's a better approach, at least for that particular position.
Sam, do you think that, and I don't want to nitpick here, but do you think on the defensive line that maybe it wasn't trying to project excitement. Maybe he genuinely liked the guys in the room and they just didn't get coached the way he thought they were going to? Like, is that in your mind?
I think that could be part of it.
I think that's probably part of it. Yeah, I can definitely see that being some of the issue. Yes, for sure. And to be clear, some of the guys had pretty good moments. Again, Williams had 28 combined hurries, hits, and sacks. That's, for a redshirt freshman, that's the best redshirt freshman number Nebraska's had in a long time. So he wasn't going to be a finished product right away. He had a pretty good season. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. He was pretty good. I think Keona Davis had his moments. And then I think other players probably didn't quite live up to what everyone was hoping they would. That includes players who have left. That includes players who are returning. And that, I think the hope is, okay, now we're going to bring another coach in, and he's going to do a better job of teaching the things that we want taught, and it's going to, it's going to lead to X, Y, and Z. So I think that has something to do with the position coach. It does, and I think they feel better about where that's at now, and I think they feel a lot better about the defensive coordinator. I think he is a very good fit, personality-wise, for Matt Rule. He's a good fit, and I think you're gonna see that Rob Orich is I don't know how much practice the media will get to see, but I think he's going to be a real teacher, and I think he's going to be a guy that's very detailed and very specific. And John Butler had some rah-rah vibes to him, and a very intense guy. And I think Orich will be a very good counterbalance to his head coach, who I think has those really good tendencies to know how to get into a guy and emotionally move him. Matt Rule can do that part. I think Orich will be able to come in and provide energy, but he'll also be able to provide specific detail and be the kind of technician and developmental coach for the entire defense that they need. And once they do that, then they're going to have to put it together into a game plan. And I suspect that if I was going to predict it right now, that game plan is going to look really sweet for 5 games. And then they're going to play the teams that they got to play to go where they want to go. And that's when the rubber will meet the road. So they're going to play Ohio and North Dakota and what the other team is, I can't remember anymore. I'm sorry. And then they're going to play Maryland and Michigan State, and it's probably going to look pretty good. And we're going to write, well, they got the number 12 defense in the country, and this, and this. And then Indiana's going to come to town, and that's what they pay them the big bucks for. Indiana and Oregon, those are the games. And, everybody knows that. And I look forward to. So part of what you look at right now is like, okay, are they going to get this thing right for the teams that we know that they need to beat? And then when they play the teams that they're not going to be favored in, what's it going to look like against Indiana and Oregon? Because when you look at what it looked like against teams last year that Nebraska wasn't favored to beat, it didn't look very good. And so they got to get back. They got to get better against the teams that they're not supposed to beat.
I just like the fact he has this is just me. My man has got a whistle around his neck, like ready to go. Like, I know you guys laugh. You're like, oh, this damn DB's an idiot. But I'm just telling you, man, there's just something about old throwback ball coaches that put the goddamn whistle around their neck and blow that thing when they don't like something or they want to teach or they do like something. You know what I mean? Yeah. But let me get you out of this, Sam. I am. If you're gonna get back in the hunt, and you're the last 4 out, man, how big was what Nebraska women did on the road against Washington yesterday, man? You talk about rallying the troops. Goodness.
Yeah, it was really big. And the reality is they played for 3 quarters, they played even better against Oregon. And they played great basketball against Oregon. And they fell apart late. I think they got tired. The officials started calling way more fouls in the 4th quarter than they had in the previous 3 quarters. I think Nebraska was probably pretty devastated after Thursday's loss. And so they come back, they play well against Washington. Washington's probably a little bit better team than Oregon in some ways. And, Britt Prince hit a big 3, and they're right on the bubble. I suspect right now they're one of the last 4 in as they play Rutgers. some teams that have complicated this issue for Nebraska. And this, I'm going to go into the weeds here for a second on college women's basketball. I'm a voter, so I kind of know what's going on. Some of the issues that have been complicated in the last couple of weeks is you've seen the Big 12. There's been teams in the Big 12 and teams in the ACC that have won on hellacious runs, big-time runs. One of those teams is a team that Nebraska beat in Virginia, and they're going to make the tournament, I think. They beat Notre Dame, and then they just had another big win yesterday. And so now Nebraska's, it's not a soft bubble. It's actually a pretty good bubble. And there's, Colorado is now on the bubble. Colorado's won 5 in a row. They just beat Texas Tech. And so Nebraska actually is really going to have to battle down the stretch here. Their net ranking looks good, but they're going to have to beat Rutgers. And then my suspicion is they're going to have to win at least one in the Big Ten tournament, maybe two, because the bubble includes Arizona State. They have a new coach. He's really good. They've been very good most of the season. They're probably going to be, you need some help, and you need to probably get to 19 or 20 wins, and I'd say 20 to feel like you're certainly in. If they had beaten Oregon, I think that really would have helped them. But they're not going to get any help from beating Rutgers. That's the worst team in the Big Ten, and they're in the Big Ten tournament. They're going to play Purdue, Indiana, or Wisconsin, and that's probably not going to help them either. So they're going to have to probably get one more game where they play a 4 seed or a 5 seed or whatever, and they're going to have to try to a 5 seed, and they're going to have to beat that team. That team could be Michigan State, it could be Ohio State. I don't think they want to face Ohio State, really. It probably won't be Iowa. I think Iowa's above that now. Could be Maryland. So they'll have to find a way. Now, Amy's teams have been pretty good in the Big Ten tournament. That I will say. She's done a good job in the Big Ten tournament. That's been something where she's been really good, and we'll see how it goes. The women's teams have always been way better in the Big Ten tournament than the men's teams at Nebraska. I'm not sure why. That includes most of Hoiberg's teams, except for maybe one. They struggled in the Big Ten tournament too. So we'll see how they do. But the women probably need to win 2 in the Big Ten tournament. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but looking at the bubble, and we're gonna do a bubble comparison this week where we take 8 teams that are all in the bubble, and I think you're gonna see, oh yeah, Nebraska can't just win one more and call it good. They're probably gonna have to win 3.
10 could get 11 teams in. They have 10 right now. Nebraska was last 4 in at 11. So that's. I mean, there's a path.
Yeah, the Big Ten has 11 teams. Nebraska would be the 12th. The SEC is going to get 11. They might get 12. The Big 12 is going to get 9. They might get 10. It's a super strong year in all of the leagues. So the top 4 leagues are great. Everything past that is not. Now, here's an area where I would be whatever. Villanova is projected to get in an at-large bid, and I don't think that's right at all. No offense to Villanova. I don't think they belong in the tournament. I don't. I don't think the Big East is anywhere near any of these other leagues. And so I don't know if they're going to get in the residual. Well, we got to have 2 teams from the league that UConn's in, and I don't agree. I just don't. I would say that a team like Villanova probably shouldn't be in. I don't know that Princeton should be in. Princeton did not win the Ivy League regular season title. Historically, the committee has been very kind to the Ivy League, putting 2 teams in. Columbia got the automatic bid. Princeton would have to get an at-large bid. I don't think Princeton belongs in the tournament. I don't. So we'll see. I think that's going to be one of the biggest questions. My hunch is Villanova and Princeton are going to make it based on just having a bunch of wins. And Nebraska is going to be duking it out with no team in its own league, because I think all the teams that are in the league, that are in the tournament from the Big Ten, are in. So now it's going to be Nebraska kind of battling the Big 12. And some of those teams are, very good. Arizona State's very good. Colorado's very good. Utah is the other team with the exact same resume as Nebraska. Utah's very good. So it's going to be a lot of fun to watch down the stretch, and Nebraska has to keep winning. If they'd won at Oregon, that might have been the key thing. But now they got to get one more quality win, I think. So we'll see what happens. But big win out in Washington for Amy and the crew. They're battling through injuries. Obviously, Natalie Potts didn't play this year, so they're battling some stuff. And this is the best the Big Ten has ever been, top to bottom. And Nebraska's feeling the effect of that a little bit.
That's our guy, Sam McKewon from the Omaha World Herald. Sam, appreciate the time as always. Good stuff.
Thank you.
This is Sam McKewon from the Omaha World Herald. Let's take a quick break here. We will get back with more Hurrdat Sports Live coming up next.
I think the biggest thing about special teams wise is we liked some of the progress that we made last year, and I liked the system, and I liked the teaching progressions, and I liked the day-to-day transferable skills that blend over. And so I thought Coach Eckler did a great job of bringing that here. And then when he made the decision to move on, I didn't want to start over with a third special team system. I kind of like what we were doing. And I'll start with Nick. Nick's obviously played in it. He's coached in it. He knows it. I think he's a really special young coach that's going to have a lot of success. And Brett, first and foremost, he loves Nebraska. And he's not here to make a name for himself. He's here to help Nick probably someday become the coordinator, and he's here to help Nebraska. And so they can continue the system. And you look at what Brett's done. Even since he's been here, in his first year, Johnny was really struggling early as the kicking coach, and as Brett worked with him, whether it was making 250-plus yarders at Ohio State or making 8 of his last 9.
Just mentally and physically just trying to be locked in, approaching practice every day with the mentality to get better and stay ready. So whenever my name is called, I come in and bring some juice.
Yeah, it's a really tough position to be in. I was kind of in that role a couple of years ago, so I know how it feels when you don't know if you're going to play, and you just have to stay ready, and it can be hard to stay mentally locked in. And when you're going through scouts, that's the most important thing for when you get in these games. You can't mess up, one thing in our game plan. And credit to Leo and Jared, they came in, executed our game plan, and did some really good things that, maybe guys in the rotation right now that have been consistent aren't able to do, like in those rebounds. And Leo got some buckets too. So they were huge for us today, and it's really impressive to be able to stay locked in and make an impact like that.
Awesome environment. Nebraska does it right. Coach Hoiberg has a great team this year, and we learned firsthand how good they are. They got rolling, and getting Samford getting going like that, and watching them go in just gets them rolling. One thing about this team that Coach has is they don't beat themselves. So you have to play a very good game, and you got to go beat Nebraska, and not many teams have done it this year. So proud of my team's effort, especially in the second half with all those young guys. They battled, score 44 on them, and a battle like we did. I'm proud of them, but just not good enough to win at Nebraska.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at the Hurrdat Sports HQ, talking a little Husker basketball, Husker football, JPB, talking about the women's team on that side of things, says Britt Prince sitting pretty close to the 50-40-90 mark. She's actually sitting well above that.
Yeah, that's what I responded with if you continue reading.
Yeah, 55-46-92.
Well, that's right there in the stream.
Which is pretty good.
There you go.
That's pretty good. That's a lot.
Her offseason has really helped her. She's stronger. Mm-hmm. She has elite level fitness. They run doubles at her constantly. He makes a good point, which is pretty incredible considering where she is on team scouting reports. And during that losing streak, you know, they needed that kind of hit the little skids for Hargrove a little bit. You're trying to get Hake back in the rotation, healthy, making shots. Like, they need everybody.
Yeah.
And during that 6-game losing streak, I think, you know, some of it is it's a chemistry thing too. Like, in and out of the line, playing with the right kind of temperament to go on the road. I think yesterday was the shot in the arm they needed because Washington was pretty good.
Yeah.
And they had been good at home too. I think they were 9-7 in the conference.
Well, and Nebraska had lost a bunch of those pretty close ones. Like,
yeah,
they needed one. Like, they needed to get over the hump on one, and I think that was pretty big for them.
Nope, Kobe. I would say the answer to that is no.
What was the question?
He asked if we're worried about Prince. I'm not. I mean, you know, I think we sometimes let the perception kind of. I mean, I get it. The question is valid, but even the stuff like Frager with the cryptic posts and then pulling them down, and then can we keep them? I mean, we just got to stay in the moment. And Hoiberg and those guys, Coach Williams, they'll figure that part of it out. Like, I would not. The least of my concerns would be a guy like Frager or Prince leaving.
Well, and for
right now,
for his part, I thought he played a lot better.
Yeah, it's a good bounce back.
Like,
he needed it
energy.
right on time. And I mean, you know, Penn State's a low turn you over team, even though I think they lead the league in actual steals.
Oh,
but maybe the lowest in terms of generating overall turnovers.
That's an interesting question.
In the league, which I think that's accurate. I want to get back to something Sam said, because somebody asked me, or somebody asked us in the stream to ask Sam about kind of the questions, and it wasn't combative or confrontational. I didn't think. I just think Sam asked a question. You know, Dana, I think it was kind of tongue-in-cheek, but, I mean, there was probably a little bit to it, right? Is that you guys, or is that how it really is with that perception? And I think it's just interesting, and I'm not – just give you the facts, right? And what people do with it is up to them.
Yeah.
Right? Because I heard, he was the coach that everybody had the hardest time with at the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
And I understood it, but I didn't understand it. Because sometimes it says more about what we're willing to receive, right? Yeah. As people, as intakers of the information, whether it's media or it's fans. It's like if somebody has a different demeanor than what we expect or what they think they should, given the line of questions or whatever it is that their perception point is, like we're quick to judge their response, right? So I think the question was about getting running backs in the portal.
Yeah.
And I can't remember which response it was. Confident in the quarterback room, ready to get started. I don't even know if we cut that up. Shane, play clip 4.
What did we get good at last year? Midway through the season, we got good at running inside zone and duo with the back that got us yards. Didn't stumble on that until game 6. So figure out what your guys do good and just start gravitating towards that. So.
Again, you're going to get two perspectives from me. This is either going to be a player or a coach.
Yep.
I'm not looking at it as a fan, and I certainly am not. I don't have a dog in the fight from a media perspective. I'm just looking to see what he says.
I should have the cut now.
Okay.
See where it goes. What did we get good at last year?
I don't.
So,
I'm sorry.
Midway through the season,
he says,
we got good at running inside.
Emmett did this in the bowl game.
That got us yards.
Ives short yardage. Now, maybe if it was different and Ives didn't get better and we didn't see him coming on, maybe we would have approached the portal differently. And he talked about limitations on the roster. And he says if you get rid of a guy, if you bring someone else in, you want to get rid of a guy. And I don't think we took that I don't think we digested that.
I don't think people like that.
Oh.
Why? I'm not sure. The perception I'm seeing, or not the perception, but the reaction I'm seeing from people is that they didn't love that answer. The roster limits, hey, if you get a guy, you have to get rid of a guy. I think part of the reason there is we don't like some of the guys in the room. So we're like, well, I don't care if you have to get rid of a guy or not. That's how I took it, people's reaction to it. Because I think we sit here and go, well, I don't care if you have to get rid of Connor Booth, or I don't care if you have to get rid of Vince Genatone, or whoever, right? Whoever the guy on the chopping block would be, which I don't know if it would be either of those guys. It's not going to be Jamal Rule. It's not going to be Ives, Nelson, or Mosey. So I assume it'd be one of those two. And so I think we look at that and we go, if we don't value the guys on the back end of that room, then we don't care about the answer of having to get rid of a guy. And so that's how I took
So it's not really the answer. It's not really
that's how
he answered the question. It just didn't jive with how you think
people feel
people
about the room.
think.
That's how I took it. I could be wrong. I am reading into their reactions a little bit, but that's what I think the root of the objection is. Because if you sit there, if you've got 5 guys in the room that people love, which is unrealistic, by the way.
And how do you know until they play? If you can't tell,
yes,
I'm extremely passionate about this.
Absolutely.
Why?
Because you lived it.
And you would never know if a guy's good or not until he plays.
But you knew.
Right.
Because you were in the room.
We see it every day.
Right, that's what I mean. Right?
So it annoys me to no end because we don't have enough information to have such strong opinions.
Mm-hmm.
When Aaron Green left, did you guys know he was good?
No, we knew he was recruited highly. That's all.
Right, but he could have just been another guy. He could have been Brian Knuckles or anybody else, Marvin Sims, who was hurt. We didn't know, right?
Jay Sims. Wasn't he one of the
Jay Sims was
super talented guy?
Marvin Sims was player of the year in Minnesota. Came in 1 year, Nebraska recruited the player of the year in Minnesota from Apple Valley. Myself and Clinton, and 1 year. The next year they got LP. The next year after that they got Amon. It's the next year after that they got D'Angelo, right? Player of the year.
Who got off to a very hot start.
So it's not like we keep romanticizing and reminiscing, but you never know if the guys are good. Is Jade not good or not? You watch Jade Knott in Cal. He's pretty good. You watch Jade Knott in Oklahoma, it's like a guy can't play.
Yeah, I don't know.
So why do we get so opinionated on, if a guy says, hey, I like player X, he probably knows more about how far he's come than not.
Yeah, I would agree.
Right?
Yeah.
So the example that I gave was Nebraska football was during the time was probably at an all-time low, 90, 91, 92 in terms of perception, national perception, where they had been, where they were going. And they just got their ass kicked against OU. Mickey got hurt on the sidelines. We go back, get their tail kicked against Georgia Tech.
They've lost 3 out of 4, by the way.
And I mean, got their doors blown off, right? I'm in high school. We're being recruited. Like, we're talking about this with the staff as it's unfolding. So I am passionate about it. So we watch guys like Jay Mitch and Derek Brown. We'd heard the freshman hype, John Bostic, like some of these guys. We'd heard it about Mike Grant. And we see these glimmers in the bowl game. And say, oh, man, you know, we need to – why wasn't Derek playing more? Or why wasn't Johnny Mitchell playing more? You know, and we used it as like an indictment of what Coach Osborne was doing. This isn't revisionist history. This is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It's not my opinion. I asked Sam about it. He's getting ready to go to work in Lincoln covering this deal. I asked Sipple. Like, there was this buzz, even though Nebraska was pretty low.
And
in a similar vein, we don't know anything about Derek Brown or Johnny Mitchell at the time. We just knew that those guys looked good when nobody else did for a couple weeks in a blowout loss in a bowl game. Are there any parallels?
A lot, yeah.
Okay, so a coach says something similar in 2026, and it's like, oh, this guy's full of it. Like, what do you mean? Like, where do we draw? Is it just on whether we like the guy or not? Because the information is just the information.
Yeah, I do.
I guess I don't understand unless you watch a guy play. You don't know if he's good or not. We don't know.
I do think a lot of it is whether or not we like a guy, which is not a good way to operate. It's just not. I can't tell you how to feel, but it's not a good way to operate, and it's certainly not a useful way to operate if you want to learn anything, right? Just deciding if you like a guy or not. And listen, I do it too.
I do think that's how we receive the information, though.
Yeah, and I do it too. Like, everybody knows I'm going to receive Darren Peterson information differently than I receive information on AJ Debonsa. I just am, right?
Yeah.
But I'm aware of that at least. Like, that's part of the battle, is being aware of your own filters. But I also think the interesting thing here with whether it's Holgerson, whether it's the running back room or whatever, is there's this, I feel like there's this sense, and I don't know if it's the D-line thing where it comes in and Sam's talking about the hell on wheels where, like, we just don't trust the eval. I think that's part of it, like, across the board.
I could see that.
That we just don't trust the evals, whether it's, you know, people still throw Jeff Sims out there. Like, I see a Jeff Sims comment like once a month.
I told you. I said there's 3 things that I think they would do differently if you could just unring the bell. I think, and I'm speculating about the hat backwards thing.
Yeah.
Because that didn't play well, even though internally they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Right? Because the thing was to get those guys motivated for the bowl game. You know, Snow joked with Rule about you need to turn your hat backwards and just be a ball coach.
And coach the ball, yeah.
Right? And I think trying to inject some life into his guys, he turned his hat around backwards and was just a ball coach. Of course, when you're not winning, we pick at that like it was a bid or it wasn't for us, though.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for the fan base. It was for his guys to stay current with the theme. And I know we got to get to Brett, but there's that. There's the Jeff Sims thing. And the hell on wheels.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it was an interesting question you asked about the coaching as being part of it. But, he's going to have to, we'll see what happens with a couple guys in the secondary. Like, they use Guthrie against him a little bit too. So I get
I think that's where a lot of this comes from.
I 100% get the trust thing.
I think it's a trust.
I 100% get. But to his credit, is it just the things that he says out loud or just the things that he doesn't say and guys still get developed?
So I think it's mostly the things he says out loud that we hold against him.
And
we look at because I can point to a bunch and be like, well, that guy got better, that guy got better, that guy got better. But it's the ones he says out loud that don't go the way we think they should that we end up being like, well, you lied to us about that. It's like, well, lying, like that's the thing that always gets there. Like, oh, you lied to us about that. It's like the D-line room might be really talented and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Like that's as somebody who thought the D-line room was talented. So
yeah, I'm telling you, you take my word for it.
Yeah.
Sure as I'm sitting here.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie to you, nor would I. Just being a year older and different coaching in terms of what the emphasis is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much better, but Nebraska will be better significantly along the D-line than they were in 2025. Mm-hmm. That's all I can say about that. And you can hold me to that.
Let's take a super quick break here. We're going to get to Brent Sobleski from Bleacher Report, talk a little NFL, talk a little QB rankings list. And listen, he's a draft analyst and a scouting guy as well. We'll talk a little NFL Combine, NFL Draft as well. Take a real quick break here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Told Braden he was going to get the opportunity to go out there and start, and told everybody else, be ready when your name's called and go out and make a positive contribution to the game. And I thought Leo and Jared were unbelievable in that first half. I thought Braden got us off to a really good start, making some effort, hustle plays, getting on the offensive boards. And then Jared came in when Braden got the 2 fouls and really picked up for him. But those 2 guys combined get 7 offensive rebounds. That's huge for our team. And, the other thing about it, Rink obviously had some struggles going on in the first half. And when you have a guy that can go in, Leo, I thought was terrific in those last few minutes, and it allows Rink to regroup. And I thought Rink was so much better in the last 20 minutes of that game.
You just touched on this, but how do you describe what you got from Jared and the player?
Yeah, I mean, when you go in the game, you don't want to disrupt the flow, and you've got some momentum. You don't want to give it back when you go to your bench. And I'll say this: Jared had his best week of practice that he's had since he's been here.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports headquarters. We are joined now by Brent Sobleski from Bleacher Report, talk a little NFL. Brent, how are we doing this morning?
I'm doing well, and I come to realize that shaving my head right before I go combine and sitting underneath the window is probably not the best picture for me before we start talking. But hey, doing great.
I'm not sure. Brett, can you hear us? Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, he can hear us.
Brent can hear us. That's a plus.
That's a start. Brand new studio. We got all these toys and bells and whistles, and we're trying to figure it out, Brett. So, Shane, you want to get right back to him so he's not waiting, and then we'll take a quick break? You want to take a quick break?
Do we need one, Shane, or are we okay?
Can Shane hear us?
Oh.
I think the biggest thing about special teams wise is we liked some of the progress that we made last year, and I liked the system, and I liked the teaching progressions, and I liked the day-to-day transferable skills that blend over. And so I thought Coach Eckler did a great job of bringing that here. And then when he made the decision to move on, I didn't want to start over with a third special team system. I kind of like what we were doing, And I'll start with Nick. Nick's obviously played in it. He's coached in it. He knows it. I think he's a really special young coach that's going to have a lot of success. And Brett, first and foremost, he loves Nebraska. And he's not here to make a name for himself. He's here to help Nick probably someday become the coordinator, and he's here to help Nebraska. And so they can continue the system. And you look at what Brett's done. Even since he's been here, in his first year, Johnny was, really struggled early as the kicking coach, and as Brett worked with him, whether it was making 250-plus yarders at Ohio State or making 8 of his last 9.
Just mentally and physically just trying to be locked in, approaching practice every day with the mentality to get better and stay ready. So whenever my name is called, I come in and bring some juice.
Yeah, it's a really tough position to be in. I was kind of in that role a couple years ago, so I know how it feels when you don't know if you're going to play, and you just have to stay ready, and it can be hard to stay mentally locked in. And when you're going through scouts, that's the most important thing for when you get in these games. You can't mess up, one thing in our game plan. And credit to Leo and Jared, they came in, executed our game plan, and did some really good things that, maybe guys in the rotation right now that have been consistent aren't able to do, like in those rebounds. And Leo got some buckets too. So they were huge for us today, and it's really impressive to be able to stay locked in and make an impact like that.
Awesome environment. Nebraska does it right. Coach Hoiberg has a great team this year, and we learned firsthand how good they are. They got rolling, and getting Samford getting going like that, and watching them go in just gets them rolling. One thing about this team that Coach has is they don't beat themselves. So you have to play a very good game, and you got to go beat Nebraska, and not many teams have done it this year. So proud of my team's effort, especially in the second half with all those young guys. They battled, score 44 on them, and battled like we did. I'm proud of them, but just not good enough to win at Nebraska.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We're going to reconvene with Brent tomorrow after we figure out some of the audio issues we've been having this morning. So appreciate you guys hanging in there with us. Been a little hectic. We're working through it though. You know, you gotta adapt. You gotta adjust. Gotta move on the fly a little bit sometimes. You know.
Yeah, definitely being tested. So that's good.
Stay a little springy. Got to stay on your feet, like Bud Crawford's kid winning a state title as a freshman at Omaha North.
Yeah, I watched him up close. He is a lot like his dad when it comes to, and I don't. You know, it's early, so I'm always leery to make the father-son comparisons, especially in our household.
For sure, you don't want to put expectations that aren't necessary.
No, and I've tried to refrain from that forever, so I'm very cognizant of it. But the temperament in terms of their competitive toughness is very, very similar. I don't think at any time did TJ feel great. You know, he came in with the bad knee, and there were a couple of stoppages. You know, in the semis, he's just a tough kid.
Well, the thing that he had a quote, I think Austin actually asked him the question in post-match.
And Austin was running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
He was all
that
over
dude
the
was
place.
putting in work. And he gave me a seat, too.
Did he?
Yeah.
He asked the question, I think it was Austin that asked the question about the after the state title match, and he goes, I got the results I trained for. And that was the answer from Terrence Crawford Jr. And I was like, I like that. Like, that's where I was like, oh, yeah, he's got a little bit of his dad's personality in
listen,
him.
that's intentional.
Yeah.
Right? When you tell people to train 5 quarters or you know, 15 rounds or whatever it is, and you find those are the least surprised people ever when it pans out.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's intentional.
Yeah, it's intentional, and they were ready they prepared themselves for the thing they were trying to do, right? And I think that's part of the trust. You know, not to make everything has to go back to Nebraska football, but like I think that's part of the trust process that we're still feeling out as a fan base with this coaching staff. Is, do we feel like they prepared for the results they want? And if you're there and you're in the rooms and I think the answer is yes. They just haven't gotten the results they've wanted yet, right? Because those two things aren't always equal, right?
Completely.
Preparing for the results you want and getting the results you want aren't always the same thing. I think sometimes we make that too linear, but you can't get the results you want until you start over here.
And it's funny, too. You know, I used to tell people, you know, you got to train in such a way where time doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's the thing I like the most about Bud Crawford is when he takes people into deep water. And you're just like, oh, he's built for this, and they're not. You can see it. Like, you can see it happen.
And I think and that's controllable.
Yes, and I think that's the thing that frustrates people.
You know, like that kind of – somebody gave the Kobe reference, and I get it, because if you tell, like – what's that?
Well, so I saw the Kobe thing. They're like – but I do have to push back. Like, Kobe was talented.
So that's – I was just getting ready to say that.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not – he wasn't as – he was super skilled. But there are significantly better athletes.
I think young Kobe was a better athlete than we remember. But
I don't know. Correct. I mean, we remember the dunk contest.
Sure.
Right? So
but he was good at. He was good. Like, I don't want it. Like, he wasn't Steph Curry. Like, could barely dunk type situation.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be either or.
Fair.
Right?
He was a good athlete in the NBA.
For
he
where
wasn't a
Kobe
freak.
belongs on the pantheon of all-timers.
Average athleticism in that group. Fair?
Slightly above average.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. So it's relative.
Yeah.
It's not
super duper skilled.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's relative. Jordan was multi-sport. Wilt could do anything.
Wilt's one of the best athletes of all time.
Of all time.
Like, of any, like, you guys want to throw, like, Bo Jackson at me or whatever, like, I'll give you Wilt every day of the week. Like, Wilt's one of the best athletes of all time.
No, I zero pushback.
Unquestionably.
Zero pushback from me. So it's like, he's certainly not LeBron. Like,
yeah, LeBron's a freak. Like, whatever you think about LeBron, freak.
So relative to his accolades,
relative to his status within the sport, totally fair.
I don't have any problems with the.
And there's definitely guys that ended up being way worse than him that were way better athletes.
Yeah. So, hey, Liquid, I know you're working back there. Do we have can we produce any audio that we can hear or no? Only the listeners can?
That is correct. No
so
audio.
they can hear it, we just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, shoot, he could be like the maestro. Okay, hey, clip's over. Because I kind of know what they want. Because I'm just getting back to
the Dana thing.
Yeah, because this is what we've done, and then we're mad or we complain about how the information is being cranked out now. So if we could admit this, that we've clearly made our minds up about how we feel, right? Whether it's prove it, whether it's eye roll, whether we're excited, whether it's we've resigned ourselves to the record, whether it's just we want to wait and see what happens on the football field.
Dangerous place to be, by the way.
So, no, whatever it is, there's lots of ranges in being resigned to something.
Already made your mind up, like that's a dangerous place to live.
I'm not even going to judge that.
Yeah.
To each their own. But what I will say you ought not do is critique people giving you the information if that's how you already feel. Like you want your cake and eat it too. You want to feel a certain way about something and have your opinion and your mind made up, and then you leave it up to other people to convince you otherwise with their words or to further substantiate the way that you think. Why should people giving you the information play that game?
They shouldn't.
They won't.
They absolutely should not.
So it's like you can't be resigned to something and then judge somebody on how they're giving you the information.
Because they can't be resigned
just
to
don't
it.
listen to them. Because you've already have your mind made up because they're not afforded the luxury to stay where they're at.
Yeah.
They can't just say, okay, prove it. Like they still have a job to do in the meantime, so they got to go to work.
Yeah, like so you can be resigned to whatever, right? And that's your choice.
It's just spring. I don't think they're going to be good. It may be. I think they're going to be fantastic and they'll win 9 games.
It could go the other way.
It could be the other way.
Which, yeah. But the point is, regardless of the way you are resigned, whatever information you hear is now not going to change it, right? I mean, we're to the point, I don't think with very many people, but I think with some people, that they could go out and outperform next year with the schedule that everybody seems to be afraid of, right? And they could go out, like, let's say they go 8-4 or 9-3. People would still be like, well, they lost this one because, like, if you've already made up your mind, truly, you would still have people that if you outperform the schedule by every expectation I've heard so far, you would still have people that would find a way to be upset about it. Like, that's just how being resigned to a situation works. But the fact is, and you say this all the time, the coaches can't live there. They can't live in a resigned to the whatever place in the world. Same thing with the players. Because then just don't come to work anymore then, right? Like if you're resigned to whatever and you're actually part of the process, then you can't be there anymore.
And it takes a certain amount of maturity to process information or data without emotions.
Sure.
And that's not really what I'm asking people to do. What I think would be healthier, at least more productive, is if we're going to have strong opinions, you at least have to admit you don't have all the information either. Because what happens is we pawn that off as fact, and then we say it to somebody else, or we're on a platform where we're just talking, and it's like how do you know? It just sounds kind of nonsensical because it's the antithesis of what you want coaches or teachers or anybody else that's in that profession to do is to resign themselves.
Yeah. You want
it's
them
like
always
the great
working.
It's like the great oxymoron, right? The juxtaposition of, well, this is how I feel.
Nothing
Prove it
can change
otherwise. Like you don't want to be cheering for people or be taught by people that have the same mindset.
For sure.
Right?
100%. And I think the part that's hard to, like, I don't want to ask people to do something I'm not willing to do, right? So I'm not going to ask people to remove their emotions from the way they process things because I'm not going to do that. What I would like people to do is to acknowledge that their emotions are part of their decision-making process because I am willing to do that.
Or at least how you receive the information.
Yeah.
Like, and I just used the Coach Holgerson one because everybody had such pushback over the presser, and I'm like, if I'm like, what's
also, that's kind of just how Coach Holger, like, he's a little bit just like that.
Well, what's he supposed to do in the meantime when you're asked? They don't have guys that they got out of the portal.
So what do you mean?
But
like,
you're
I really
asking
wish
him
we should
about
get him.
guys in the portal that they don't have.
Do you want him to say like, "Oh, I really wish we would have got a couple guys"?
Like what?
Like, is that what you want him to say?
I just think it's weird. We don't want to hold ourselves to the same standard that we want
Hold other
people to.
Yeah.
We're not willing to kind of do what we want them to do, and then we complain that they didn't do it. Like but if somebody said, I could just stop talking, then it would be like they took their ball and went home.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the people that say, I just want to think the way that I want to, and that's the end of it. Oh, hey man, you knock yourself out. You either got to be around like-minded people, or you're not going to be much fun, right? Because if you're,
it's also
if you have any sort of growth mindset, like you're just not going to resign yourself to that, and that's not for some people, right? I mean, that's clear.
Oh, for sure.
That are covering this sport, but it would be exhausting over time.
Yeah, and I do think it's funny. Like Dana Holgorsen is a different personality type than I would say any of the other coaches on staff.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just wired a little bit different. And I don't know. I've always had a weird like Mike Leach coaching tree fascination. So maybe I've paid a little bit more attention to Dana Holgorsen prior to his Nebraska time than other people have. And so I am kind of aware that like, yeah, he's sort of a surly guy. Like he comes off that way in press conferences sometimes. So like none of like, I don't know, it didn't really raise a flag for me at all the way he responded to questions. I was like, oh, that's just Dana. Like I didn't think it really even rose to the like noteworthy. Like I thought some of his answers were noteworthy, but certainly not his tone or anything like that.
You're just going to have to get used to it.
Funky Chiblet says your vibe attracts your tribe. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. It's just like trying to rationalize with like irrational people. We're gonna critique. Again, I just think when it comes to the off season for coaches, Coach Hoiberg had to go through this where I was trying to kind of defend the roster.
I didn't like the roster he put together.
This isn't even a Nebraska football thing. It's just what we do, and we say, oh, it's just because this is what we do. That'd make it a good idea.
Yeah, that's not an excuse. Like that's not a good excuse, at least.
It's like
I'll be honest. I didn't like that. Like I was very vocal preseason. I thought the roster that Creighton put together was dramatically better than the roster that Nebraska put together. The seasons could not have gone more differently, right, than that perception. I still think you can probably look at it person by person and say, Creighton maybe put together a more talented roster than Nebraska did. Nebraska put together a better roster, though, right? For what they wanted to do, for who they wanted to be, for what Fred Hoiberg wanted to coach, they put together a dramatically better roster than Creighton did in that sense. But so like you can sit here and say, this is what I thought beforehand. This is what I learned. This is what I think now. Like could not be further from the truth from what I thought in preseason. Coach Hoiberg did a phenomenal job, and I think this is the thing I like most about what went down, and I think there's some similarities with this offseason with Nebraska football. It seemed like Coach Hoiberg was unbothered by the criticism of the guys that he brought in. Everybody thought he got the worst Iowa kid. Between Josh Dix and Price Sanford, everybody thought Josh Dix was better. Price Sanford's had a phenomenal year, right? Everybody looked and go like, what are you doing getting guys from St. Thomas? And, what are you bringing Jamarcus Lawrence back? What's that all about? Like, he went and played at Rhode Island last year. Is he really going to be able to hack it in the Big Ten? And are we putting too much stock in what Ring Mass is going to be after a year off? Like, that's a long time not to play basketball. And, so there's a lot of those on the roster. And Fred Hoiberg looked at it and said, this is the roster for what I want to do. Meanwhile, Nebraska football is sort of in the process of doing the same thing. I don't know if they're going to get the same results, but they seemed pretty unbothered by we got to get this many defensive linemen, and we need to get this number of 330-pound guys, and we need to get this, and we need to get that, and whatever else, right? They seemed reasonably unbothered by, even with the quarterback search. Everybody knew they were going to have to go out.
Although I would say to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Pardon me. you don't answer a question like, is that you guys or is that the fans?
Sure.
Unless it bothers you.
Fair.
I do think
Totally
they
fair.
were fed up. Like, they're trying to coach the guys that are there. They don't want to worry about what they didn't get in the portal.
When I say
so you know what I mean? Like,
100%.
because they're going to be human too.
And I should clarify, because that's a good point. When I say unbothered, I mean in their process of going out to get guys, I don't think the narrative swayed them in who they were trying to go get. Definitely have heard the criticism, and I think
we've been trying to cram a portal running back down our throats for 2 years.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm sure at some point, it's like, can you appreciate any sort of anything? Like, we're developing in-house. Isn't that what you guys want?
You would think the Emmett Johnson example would
It's almost
buy
like
them
it didn't have. I'm telling you,
a
man,
little more.
People can make you dumber.
Like, it's really strange. Like, it's a very strange dynamic that we just don't count that at all.
You mean that we'd have to admit that we didn't like the running back room a year ago, but it panned out?
Yeah. Just like I didn't like the Nebraska basketball roster coming into the season, and it's obviously worked out. Like, I didn't like that roster. I didn't think it was a good roster. We had that conversation.
Oh, multiple times.
Like, I'm like, what are they doing?
I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember.
And I was wrong, obviously. But that's okay. Like, it's okay to be wrong. Like, when you get more information, it's okay to be like, yeah, I was wrong about that. We don't have more information about this particular running back room. What we do have more information about is, hey, this is how it played out last year. And I'm not saying Mekhi Nelson or Mosey are even maybe going to combine for 1,500 yards. But what I am going to be able to say is I was wrong about needing a transfer portal running back this year. I'm willing to see if I'm wrong again.
Yeah, or, like, I don't know. I feel like this is getting a little Irish Springy on the old soapbox, but it just fits the mood for, kind of what they need to have happened. We wanted a quiet off. It's just, and I hate the line of like, well, that's what they're paid to do, or it's almost like we're saying because that's their job, it gives us an excuse to not be more educated. It's like, well, I'm just going to think how I think.
Because it's not my job.
That's not my job.
Yeah.
So I let myself off the hook of having, because most times we don't know until we know. So why does the running back thing bother me so much?
Because we found out.
Because you had to let it play out.
And then we still won't admit anything.
And we're still mad about it.
Like, here's the thing that actually bothers.
Like, how could you think to yourself after you were top 3 in the Big Ten, top 10 in the country, whatever, rushing the football, and the first thing you think of when you didn't like the room last year is, you know what? Maybe I should have a different approach this year.
No,
you're doubling down on why you don't go get another running back, and I'm like, why are you guys letting your stupidity off the hook? Like, there's a chance they may be right. Now, they could be wrong, too, but are you even going to allow yourself
But the most recent example is that they were right.
It would just be, it's just miserable because it projects on other people, and then it just gets regurgitated because it's lazy.
So here's the part that actually...
Like, they haven't been good in 7 years. It's pretty safe to say, I don't think they're going to be good this year. It's not going to work. You're not going out on a limb.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Odds are in your favor.
Sure.
You know what you're not afforded the luxury of doing is having those guys think the same way that you do. They're just not. So if they don't, and you're at a crossroads with where those thought processes intersect, it's going to be tough. Like, they can't. I mean, Coach Manning could have been like, man, I can't. Nobody else has been able to coach A.J. Ferrari. I'm not going. Like, coaches don't think like that.
No. They all think they can fix.
And you don't want them to.
No. And the thing that bothers me, I think, the most about the situation you described, which I think is accurate, where, we say, hey, this is how I think, but it's their job. So is at the same time that we say that we're acknowledging that they have more information, they know more than we do, we still want our opinion to be taken as seriously as theirs. That's where it becomes a problem, right? It's fine to have your opinion, but obviously we have less information than they do.
Yeah.
And this is, I think somebody in the chat said this, and I talked about earlier. I think it just comes down to we currently, because of a handful of examples, which I think are dramatically smaller than the examples in the other direction, but because of a handful of examples, we don't trust their eval process any longer. Like, I think that's just where we're at, whether it's with the defensive line, whether it's the running back room, which is the most baffling of them all, whether it's with the quarterbacks, whatever, whether it's with the secondary, whatever it is, we've just decided because of cherry-picked examples that we don't trust the eval process anymore. So whatever they say to us is now a lie. That's what a lot of people have switched into. And again, that's a dangerous place to be, because then you almost find yourself, and I'm not saying people are actively rooting against Nebraska.
It almost crept into Nebraska basketball, though, the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's similar. And I'm like, you got, like, competitive stamina. Like, we could all use a little more of it in our day-to-day life, whether we're actually having a whistle blown or fouls called or getting tackled or having to hit strikes. Like, we admire all these things or want all these things in other people that we're not
willing to find in ourselves.
It's I don't know.
Asian Joe says it's the fan versus competitor mindset. Those two ways of thinking will never align.
I don't know about never. And I don't want to broad brush, and I rock with Asian Joe, so I'm cool.
It is nice to see him in the stream.
Yeah, I miss my guy, man.
He's been back for a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah. Probably got about 18 more new shoes, too. Pair.
Oh, is he big in sneakerhead?
Asian Joe?
Yeah, I don't know him like you do.
Oh, yeah. I only know two in the similar scope, him and Oklahoma Tyler.
Yeah. Oh, I know Oklahoma Tyler is.
They're the same person.
Joe, what's your favorite pair of shoes?
They're the same person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, total sneakerhead.
I love it.
Does Grammy got an arm or any eligibility left? Who's Grammy? Gramstad?
Gramstad.
No, the quarterback room is...
If he wanted to sue, he probably could because of the NAI thing, but he's on staff as a grad assistant, right?
Yeah.
Or analyst, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But the quarterback room's in great shape. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, you made fun of me because this is how myopic I thought the quarterback room could play out. And you're like, yeah, that's not, like, that's a little idealistic.
Yeah.
And it played out exactly that way. I just got lucky. Like, that's dumb. Like, it's not because I knew anything.
What you were describing, I thought was ridiculous.
Was incredibly unlikely, right? And it happened to work out for Nebraska because they got a hometown kid that wanted to come back and whatever. But, like, the quarterback room's in. How many teams in the country can say they have three guys that started Power 4 games? That's probably a small number, I would imagine.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
I tried to make this case about the running back room, and people made it seem like I was saying that the running back room is going to be better in 2026. What I said was, you know more about the running back room in 2026 than you did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the quarterback room better in 2026 than you did going into 2025?
Yes, I do.
Because in 2025, we were saying, please, sweet baby Jesus, don't let anything happen to Dylan.
Yep. Yeah. There was, you're looking at a true freshman backup and an NAI guy in that room. Now you have three guys that have started power conference football games. One of them won a Conference Player of the Year award last year. One of them we really liked at the end of the year at Nebraska and TJ Lateef for stretches. And one of them is a guy that we saw play here in high school and went and started some games and did okay at Virginia.
Do you like the offensive line room better than you did a year ago?
So I was pretty high on the offensive line room last year. I would say it's about equal, but I think I know more. I think I'm projecting less in feeling good about the offensive line room. And if we're including Jeep Wade in that, I do feel better. Because Jeep Wade's one of the best offensive line coaches in the country. And I wasn't a Donnie hater at all. Like, I thought he was better than people gave him credit for, but Jeep Wade's one of the best in the country. So, like,
do you like the offensive or the wide receiver room better than you do a year ago?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you like the D-line room better than you did a year ago? Sans, Keona Davis.
So, I'm a big Keona Davis guy. So that hurts me. I do like the guys they brought in. I do think I said this to a bunch of people last year. With any luck at all, last year was the worst version of Williams Nwaneri we will ever see. With any luck at all.
I think that's unequivocally one of the truest things you said this morning.
So, like, if that's true, that alone gets me very excited about what this defensive line could be.
You think Petchak will be better than he was a year ago?
I think Petchak will be better. I think Van Poppel will be better. I think Lenhart will be better in this system, being asked to do what he's supposed to do. I like some of the guys they brought in as transfers. I think Dylan Berryman has a chance to play early, even though that's pretty uncommon for a true freshman on the defensive line. That's a grown man, so I think he's got a shot there. Like I like a lot of what. So
do you like the linebacking core better than you did a year ago?
Yes, yeah. Defensive backs, I'm about even.
Well, you didn't want the old guys back.
Correct.
The old guys aren't back.
Yeah, I really liked Sierra Wright, so him being gone is a big deal, I think. But I am really excited to see some of the young guys get a shot.
So when they take if the coaches think the way that you do, and I think they do,
there is not a single unit I feel worse about than last year. There's some that are pretty close to even, but there's not a single unit that I feel, from offense and defense, there's not a single unit I feel worse about than last year. Not one.
So if we're operating under the assumption that coaches are just going to buckle down and coach ball, you can kind of get the temperament that you may see in talking and handling the media and social media and all that other stuff, right?
Absolutely. And I don't blame them for it at all.
Yeah, because that's kind of the way I see it going.
Yeah, I would imagine. Like I
think we're gonna have to be prepared for that. There are gonna be a lot of hot takes.
I think we have to be prepared for a different interaction with the coaching staff than we've had previously.
And it's new guys too.
Yeah, new guys, and I think some of the old guys will treat us a little differently. Like if you're in a situation and you are doing your best to, like let's say you get a new job. You're working with coworkers, you're doing your best to ingratiate yourself and to learn the culture and to do all this, and you're doing a pretty good job. You're doing much better than the person you replaced, right? Somebody else was here before, it didn't go the way they wanted it to, they brought you in, maybe you haven't reached the heights that you are hoping for yet, but clearly an upgrade over the last guy that had the job, and you're doing your best to ingratiate yourself into the culture. And people at your new job still are not vibing with you at all for whatever reason. It kind of discourages you from being like, okay, well, if I try to do it your way and you still aren't vibing with me, like I'm just going to do it my way.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's a pretty natural human response, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's where we're at with the coaching staff of guys that have been back, right? Where it's like, hey, I tried to do it your way. I tried to ingratiate myself to the culture and the way you guys wanted to do things and all this other stuff. Now it's time to do it my way.
I just think it's weird how we're like critiquing it along the way. Like that should just kind of, I mean, it happens almost everywhere, but we'll stay with the hot take market. And I mean, I guess outside of winning, like if you win a lot, I'm guessing
that's why I brought up the schedule for next year though, because
people don't really care.
And I get, here's the thing though, is we do. Like, because they talk about it. Like, we didn't bring up Dana Holgorsen. Everybody else did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so they do care about it.
Yeah.
And
that's a fair point.
Here's the thing that I'm trying to, because listen, as much as people get on me about like, don't tell people that a fan, whatever. The thing that I'm trying to guard against is the winning still not being enough. Because I think, like, when you've decided how you feel about something, you are in danger of that. Of the winning still not being enough, right? Like, that's what I'm trying to guard against right now. Just to be completely transparent, that's what I'm trying to get way out ahead of, is if, like they say, like I brought up, if they go 8-4 or 9-3 next year, that's way more wins than anybody else thinks they're getting, right? Like, everybody's like doom and gloom for next year, right?
Yeah.
The barely make a bowl game, 7 wins will be the ceiling. Like, that's all I've heard. So if they get to 8 or 9, that's clearly outperforming expectations of everybody that I've heard from. I'm not saying it's universal, but everybody I've heard from, that's outperforming expectations. What I'm trying to guard against is when we get to that point, if we get to that point where that is reality, that's still not being enough. Don't move the goalposts on me. Like, the winning at some point has to be enough still. And we can't, the measuring stick cannot be national title or bust next year, or really, I don't think ever. Like, I don't think the measuring stick can ever be national title or bust. Like, that's not, I don't think that's, and that's not a Nebraska thing. That's an everywhere thing for me. Like, you saw what trouble that got Penn State into last year.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up firing a really good coach.
By the way, have you seen their schedule?
Penn State's?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it yet.
Ravi.
Is it bad?
It's a gift from the gods.
Oh, you told me this.
Yeah, maybe it was off air.
Yeah.
Matt Campbell, year one schedule.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
And listen, I like Matt Campbell.
I mean, an absolute on paper. If we're gonna be, and you know how I love schedule talk.
We got the Paper Nittany Lions out here.
If we're gonna be all doomy and gloomy with Nebraska, then Penn State is the opposite.
All right. So we got Marshall, Temple, Buffalo, Wisconsin, Northwestern, SC, Michigan, Purdue, Washington, Minnesota, Rutgers, Maryland. Oof.
Look at the bye. And look at where they get.
They get the bye
so
between Michigan and Purdue. You avoid Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana. Really, your toughest games are
Michigan and USC.
Michigan, USC. You get a bye right after Michigan.
Look who they avoid, though.
Yeah, so it's Oregon, Ohio State, Indiana is who they avoid.
Yeah.
And I don't know what SC is next year. I don't know what Michigan is next year. It's first year head coach. I think Michigan's going to be pretty good because you know how I feel about Whittingham, and that offensive coordinator hire with Bryce Underwood is.
I mean, how about that schedule?
Is scary, but you're right. That is a gift from the gods. That is because you might have dead man walking at Wisconsin. Northwestern. I mean, is Northwestern. You got to win that one. That's man.
I mean, you got to play somebody, right?
That is a gift.
Year one.
That's a gift.
Is that going to be some sort of referendum prematurely on Matt Campbell? I mean, you're talking about building cases ahead of time because we usually like to move the goalposts.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Because they'll, let's say they go 10-2, and those are the two games they lose.
They ain't playing, buddy.
Still can't win the big game.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who the coach is.
No, I'm just saying, that's a heck of a schedule for.
It is. No, it's a nice soft landing. It's a nice soft landing for him. But my point is, don't move the goalpost. Don't be so stuck in whatever you think right now that the winning won't be enough. That's all I'm asking. Not all. I'm asking two things. Acknowledge whatever emotion you're bringing to the table in your filter. I'm not asking you to change it. Just acknowledge it. Number two, don't get so entrenched in your position that the winning's not enough.
Who gets the bounce back year for you? Wisconsin, Michigan State, Minnesota?
Out of those three, I pick Minnesota. I'm not a Fitzgerald guy. You know that. I've been killing the Fitzgerald hire this entire time. I think Jonathan Smith is a good football coach. I think it got away from him for whatever reason. I also think they fired him too early. But Fitzgerald was bad his last 2 years at Northwestern. I get Michigan State's probably an easier job, and he made good hires. But I'm very wait and see on Michigan State at best. I think the Luke Fickell thing is over at Wisconsin.
Although they finished strong.
I think it's over at Wisconsin. I do not think I think the Phil Longo hire immediately set him off bad, and he never got it back. I don't think he's ever going to get it back. That just got out of his grasp, and I don't think there's any salvaging it. I think that's a place where I feel like the fans have made up their mind about the situation no matter what happens. I think that's where we're at in Wisconsin. PJ Fleck's the most proven coach recently of that group, in the Big Ten. PJ Fleck's a good coach. You thought they were going to be better than they were last year. That's a team that generally is going to find a way to be pretty decent. And so I go bounce back here for Minnesota.
I don't know if I thought they were going to be better as much as that game never gives me confidence.
Yeah.
I probably talked myself into, damn it, it's Minnesota.
You're probably higher on PJ Fleck than most.
Yeah, he's a good
football coach.
He's a fantastic coach.
He's a good football coach. I have a hard time ever thinking that Nebraska should lose to them, but maybe that's just a me problem. That's fine. I get it.
Yeah, it's totally a you thing. They've been beating Nebraska.
I understand that. There's a lot of teams beating Nebraska that I don't think should ever beat Nebraska. That's part of the problem.
You sound like what we're talking about, just being stubborn.
Let's take a quick break here. I want to finish up.
I agree with you, Carol. That schedule, it's significantly better than it was a year ago in my water's wet moment.
Oh, for Wisconsin?
Yeah, because outside they got
Wisconsin and Florida had
they got to go to Penn State. Is the toughie, but
yeah. It's relatively early for Penn State. You don't know what Penn State is next year.
Where's the Notre Dame game
for Wisconsin?
Yeah, is that at Green Bay?
Oh, is that neutral? Technically,
I think it's at Green Bay.
Let me look real quick. Wisconsin 2026 Googler of the Year. It is in Green Bay. Yes.
Okay.
That right to start off the season there. So
you got no Oregon. No Michigan, right?
No Oregon.
They do play USC.
No Oregon, no Michigan, no Ohio State. So their toughies are at Penn State. And then they've got USC at home.
Wow, you stopped there? That's.
I mean, USC is a hard game. So it's at Penn State, USC at home. It's basically the same schedule that Penn State has.
Yeah.
You just swap out Penn State for Michigan, and that's the schedule. So, I mean, good opportunity for Luke Fickell. I don't know if he can get his arms back around it. And here's the problem: is Wisconsin fans are going to look at the schedule and be like, if we don't win 9 games, like that's the narrative that's going to be around that team this year.
Did you take a look at the? Oh wait, did you want to take a break?
Let's take a quick one.
Okay.
Let the guys. Get
I was going to say the guys
uploaded.
that aren't practicing this spring
For Nebraska?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can get into that. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We'll be right back to wrap up the show here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
I think the biggest thing about special teams wise is we liked some of the progress that we made last year, and I liked the system, and I liked the teaching progressions, and I liked the day-to-day transferable skills that blend over. And so I thought Coach Eckler did a great job of bringing that here. And then when he made the decision to move on, I didn't want to start over with a third special team system. I kind of like what we were doing. And I'll start with Nick. Nick's obviously played in it. He's coached in it. He knows it. I think he's a really special young coach that's going to have a lot of success. And Brett, first and foremost, he loves Nebraska. And he's not here to make a name for himself. He's here to help Nick probably someday become the coordinator, and he's here to help Nebraska. And so they can continue the system. And you look at what Brett's done. Even since he's been here, in his first year, Johnny was, really struggling early as the kicking coach, and as Brett worked with him, whether it was making 250-plus yarders at Ohio State or making 8 of his last 9.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla, reminding you, make sure you get out to Next Gen Male Medical. If you've got anything, you're not feeling right, need a little more energy, need to lose a little weight, whatever it is. Maybe you just get a little bit of the winter blues, They can give you a vitamin D shot, get a little invigorated. Maybe you're feeling a little under the weather, get that B12 going.
Shoot, if you're me, you just want some friends.
You just want to go hang out with your friends? I think I got to go over there today. I got to pick up some stuff.
Just go shoot the breeze.
Yeah?
They had one of my deals in-house. It was fantastic.
Yeah? What was that?
The TB500.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the body protector,
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm still
feeling good.
One leg putting on my socks. I'm telling, try it.
Are you? No, I'm on the. Oh,
no, I'm
the
just
socks?
talking. Yeah, try it. Just a range of motion.
You got to your little pistol squat. See what you can do. Give them a call 402-614-9700. Speaking of getting healthy, feeling healthy, you wanted to talk about the availability.
Yeah,
report.
it's kind of interesting, right? So you've got.
I'll say, what name stuck out to you?
Well, there's Demetrius Bell, who I thought was going to be a little further along. Bonner, I get.
Yep.
Guthrie surprised me with the shoulder.
Yeah.
So he's out, which is going to be critical. Gatula.
Was surprised by Gatula at
all? A little.
It's tough for him. He needs a healthy offseason.
Yeah. So I want to, which is why I'm glad they're having it early and get it out of the way. So he'll have April through whatever to get ready.
Because he hasn't had one yet, right?
Nope. He hasn't had a full off season since he's been on campus.
Yes, like a healthy, get developed, get stronger.
Blyhill. Markway, who Caleb called a freak.
Mac?
Yeah. He said, hey, he's a freak. I said, he's flipping over and play defense. He says, well, if anybody can do it, it's him.
We forget about him in the D-line room conversation we were having.
I was like, huh.
I don't know what to do with him, but.
I know, first year. But, yeah, he called him a freak. Obviously, Carter Nelson.
Yeah.
With the shoulder. I think Gibson Pyle.
Was
and Merritt.
Oh, so was Dawson on there?
Yeah. I don't think Merritt probably won't be ready until June, I'm guessing, maybe.
That's a tough one because I like Dawson, and I think he could be good in that room.
Yeah, so of those guys, you think a door opens for anybody in particular? Obviously, the secondary makes sense.
I was going to say, so the one I think
maybe Merritt.
I think Guthrie's the one that's interesting because that was already, I think, going to be a super competitive situation.
Yeah, that's a tough break.
Yeah,
he needs to. That's a tough break.
And that's one where he probably comes in looking at like, okay, I've got the experience in terms of playing time and snaps, but so like this is an opportunity for me to improve, especially in a new system.
Yep.
So that's tough for him. The Gatula one is a bummer because like I think if he's able. Hopefully he's healthy like right after spring, so he's actually able to go through like the physical conditioning and get a little stronger, faster. Because I think that's the big like if he can get his body right, like I think there's something there to be able to challenge like Babalade or some of these other guys at a spot. Maybe I don't know that there's more playing time inside. Like I think they're pretty good guard, center, guard, and pretty deep. So I'm not sure that that's a more direct path to playing time. But if he's healthy, I do think he's probably more of a challenge to the transfers at tackle than we would maybe assume. So that one I think is tough for him. Merritt's interesting though because I do think there's going to be some openings or some opportunities in the linebacker room. Like obviously Chambliss is going to play. I think they want to play Shavers. I do wonder. No one has told me this, and I might be totally out on my own here on this.
On my own.
I do wonder if in certain situations they might put him in the role we have carved out for like for like a McGahee or a Rodgers in like pure pass rush situations because I do think he's got a knack for that. And I wonder he did this for like 4 snaps at the fall practice last year where he worked in with D-line and like kind of came off the edge a few times. Like, I just wonder if they might do a little bit more of that to get him downhill to take advantage of his skill set a little bit more. I don't know, but if you do that with him at all, then that opens up a spot for somebody else to work in on that second linebacker, either at the Mike or Sam spot there. So I don't know. I think linebacker's an interesting spot.
Yeah, and then probably I'd like to have seen a full off season for Carter Nelson.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I don't forget about him. It's just there's a lot of other guys I like in that room right now. That
it's a good room.
You got Lindenmeyer obviously right off the jump. Hector Knock is I think really good or can be really good. I think Tino Orgerson mentioned this. I think Bonner is kind of a hybrid there. Like I think he's going to sometimes line up as a tight end. Sometimes he's going to line up as a receiver. Like sometimes he might be in line. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the backfield sometimes. Like I think they're going to use Bonner all over the place if he's able to be healthy this year. So like there's a lot of guys I think of before Carter Nelson, even despite his talent.
And you can forget about Ingerson.
Yeah, Ingerson. Yeah.
So I think
I didn't know how ready he was.
Justin Kyle did this for Sports Nightly, and I can't remember the exact criteria.
Yeah.
But it was basically guys coming from kind of off the grid.
Sure.
That we could use as kind of poster children for development.
Okay.
I think we should come up with 5 tomorrow.
5 guys coming off the grid as poster boys.
So like Sledge wouldn't count because we've seen him play. He wouldn't be coming from.
So Ingerson would count.
Ingerson would count. Yeah. One guy I'm definitely putting on there that I think has had a heck of an offseason is Jeremiah Charles. I would put JJ on the list.
I'll say I think a lot of guys in the secondary would count if you want to pick them. Like there's a lot of those types of guys in the secondary. That's okay. We can do that. We can do that exercise tomorrow.
Maybe like a Grant Bricks.
Bricks is one I thought about because for as highly touted as he was, we haven't heard a lot about him. But I do. I mean, obviously, there's some.
So basically, we're looking for testimony guys.
Yeah, guys that you can put on the poster and say this is.
A-Train, do you know what a huge Stanger fan I am?
Yeah.
Why would he say that? He must know.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about Stenger other than me.
I don't think so. Not really.
And he's been hurt. That's a heck of a pull.
So let me try and find.
I love Gage Stenger.
Let me try and find the line here.
Love.
Petchak wouldn't count.
No.
Seen too much of Petchak. Dawson Marin wouldn't count.
Well, you're not going to get to see him.
Not in the spring. Are we talking about for spring or fall?
Spring.
Okay. So
and no, I don't think Merritt.
He didn't
you know
play a
why I would
ton
give you
last
Merritt
year.
is because he's got new tutelage with Orich helping out with linebackers.
So, but we won't see him in the spring, so I'll take him out if we're doing spring specifically.
Well, you don't have to tell me to tomorrow. You're just weeding guys out.
I'm trying to find where the line is of who counts.
Oh, yeah. Give me some more.
What the Cortez Mills?
I will count
He would
Mills.
count. Okay. What other receivers? Clark and Smith, would they count?
Clark, probably not.
Okay. So Mills is the line on receivers.
Probably not.
Would Mosey count?
Same coach.
I assume Nelson doesn't count.
So I want to say what a couple of players described him as this weekend, but I'll save it.
Okay. So Nelson wouldn't count, right?
No.
But Mosey does?
I want to say, do you know why I want to say yes?
Why is that?
Because he has, in terms of being a natural running back, it's so hard. And he's only played it 6 months.
Yeah.
So
And you know me,
I want to count that.
I'm fascinated by Mosey. I'm a big fan. I look at Mosey and I see Deebo Samuel.
I'll count it.
Okay. All right. So Mosey is the line on running backs.
Tarver's a good one.
Mills is the line on wide receivers. Tarver's a good one. Does Amari Sanders count? Where does he fall on the D back line?
Addison Williams, full year one. I will count a young DB.
Okay.
If Charles counts, then Sanders should get the count.
So Sanders, Tarver, Charles, Benning all count?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to find my even water mark.
Probably Bricks, but not Sledge.
For sure. Yeah, I think that's fair. Do any of the transfers count? Or all the transfers too high profile? Transfers sort of by nature are more high profile than incoming.
McGahee would count.
Well, that's a good one. Yeah, McGahee. Would Rogers count?
New tutelage.
You know my love affair with Dylan Rogers.
New tutelage.
Okay.
Like if he next levels, that would really tell you something because you were fawning last offseason.
Yeah, I thought he showed some things that I was
enough
a big
to
fan
text while you're out of practice.
Yeah. Like, hey, what do they think about Dylan Rogers?
Yeah.
Because I like him.
Yeah, he'd count.
Does Dylan Parrott count?
I think any young guy, not young, but inexperienced along the D-line should count because it's going to give you a good baseline for last year versus this year.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I've got a good gauge on where I need to land on my guys. 5 guys coming off the radar that we like for spring.
Yeah.
Okay. That will be on the rundown tomorrow.
Appreciate that.
We'll get it done.
Thank you very much.
That's the show for today.
How about Michigan State not playing again until Thursday?
Yeah. Well, that's their like little bye week, right? It's their little off week.
I'm trying to run them ragged. So now you know how I'm always trying to do is weed out Nebraska's neighbors. I'm almost on the verge of getting rid of Kansas.
You know me. I'm not a Michigan State guy.
I still don't know what to do with Tennessee.
I don't know. I know what to do with Michigan State. I'm gonna throw them in the trash. I'm out.
So I got to give you. There were some clips of a guy was on CBS Sports Line about teams that could win a national title of the top 14 seeds.
Oh yeah.
What do you think his number was?
8.
Yeah. It's interesting.
We're starting to whittle.
And some of the reasons he didn't like some guys that I think you do, or did. You may not anymore.
He did like some of the guys, or didn't like some of the guys?
Didn't.
Yeah. I mean, there's some that I've weeded out already.
Oh.
You know, I weeded out BYU first. They were my first one to drop off.
I think he put Michigan State in.
That's wrong. Unequivocally wrong. Like, it's just not accurate. That team is not capable of winning a national title.
It is what it is.
I would put if I could short that bet, I absolutely would.
Yeah, Kara, we'll get to that. I need to do a little more fact finding. Rumors were rampant yesterday about Indiana. I don't know if they're enrollment eligible or not. I don't know.
We'll have to see. Try and get.
It seems kind of sticky.
We'll try and get into that a little bit tomorrow.
I got lots of Signetti audio too. He's everywhere now.
Well, yeah,
on the talking circuit.
You know, nobody talks about him being overexposed though.
When you win, you can do what you want. Apparently
you Google him.
Apparently,
I did Google.
You don't have to Google him anymore. He just shows up
he just pops up on the old feed.
Yeah, pops up on your For You page like nothing happened.
You know it, man.
Carol says Locked On Big Ten had a podcast about it if we want to dig into that. So we'll
it's kind of a lot. It's not a lot, but it's kind of a lot.
We'll dig into that tomorrow. We'll give you our top 5 off the radar guys for Nebraska, and hopefully we can figure out talking to Brent Sobleski as well. Who knows? Maybe he'll just
give me some audio.
Maybe it'll just be me.
He's rescheduled for 8 tomorrow.
Well,
that's nice. Thank you, Shane.
I mean, that's good. I just mean if we're going to be able to hear him or not. I appreciate him rescheduling.
We might have to get Austin, Rico, and Shane some soda, so they'll be okay. That was very stressful.
Some sody pops.
So, do they like soda?
Kind of like the guy from The Outsider, soda pop.
Steve.
Oh, Rico loves Mountain Dew. He's like he's a full sugar Mountain Dew guy.
Really?
Is that Emilio, by the way?
Soda pop.
Steve is the little guy, Tom Cruise.
I think soda pop is Emilio.
Yeah.
Or he might be 2-Bit. I just looked it up a second ago.
Soda Pop is the pretty boy that was in the Tommy Boy.
Yeah, so 2-Bit, Rob Lowe.
Yes.
Yeah, 2-Bit is Emilio.
Yeah.
Emilio.
Soda Pop is
Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie 2,227 times.
Really?
Yes.
I think I've seen it once.
Big Outsiders guy.
You're a big Dallas guy.
I am.
Big Matt Dillon?
Then. Yeah. He was by far and away my favorite character in that movie.
I just like the...
I mean, weird, right? He's a rebel, couldn't do the right thing.
Identify with him a little bit.
But he was protective. He rocked with his guys.
I'm a big Stay Golden Pony Boy guy.
Oh, he was a gump.
See, I don't like the character. I just like the line.
Guy's getting his tail whooped because he has the flu and he's a baby. I got your back.
I just like the line. Stay Golden Pony Boy.
Yeah.
It's an all-timer. Not a big C. Thomas Howell guy, though. Could take him or leave him.
Yeah, you and me both. And he's played creepers as he's gotten older, too.
Well, he kind of has that look. He kind of has a creepy look.
Yeah.
So does Matt Dillon, by the way. He freaks me out now.
I'm out on Matt Dillon.
I don't like him. That is the show for today. We will be back tomorrow. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.